What's going on, yo? When you see something ill, you know what I mean? That shit is woke. Anything ill you see is woke. Nigga have a big 6 at the curb, that's woke. Okay. Especially if he got the fully equipped kid on it, it's woke. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, I had this bad bitch in town, she was woke. Had me fucked up in the head, I mean, whoa. Bought the bitch diamonds and pearls, I mean, whoa. Should've seen them shit shining on the wrist. Whoa. Now money ain't a problem, see my dough is like, whoa. Pulled out my bankroll on y'all niggas like, whoa. Lost the boot shrimp from 210th like, whoa. Faggot wanna peep my blueprints, I'm like, whoa. Had to hit the brakes on y'all niggas like, whoa. Niggas getting both on my block like, whoa. Coming home within a half an hour like, whoa. Front like they had the manpower like, whoa. More or less, more so, I rip guitar so I live the fast life. Come through in the ball slow like, whoa. My niggas like dough, like dro, nitro, my flow, nice clothes like, whoa. Ease pain with cocaine like, whoa. Now I'm Doc Strange in the range like, whoa. 100 miles an hour switching lanes like, whoa. Plus I'm getting brain from this chick like, whoa. Finger near nigga asshole like, whoa. Team floors bitches and bitches like, whoa. 9-9 Jag Benz coupe like, whoa. Keep them cheese lines on your blocks like, whoa. Grenade through your window, bitch, like, whoa. Love to see me do this shit like, whoa. Niggas put me through this shit like, whoa. So I'ma go toe to toe, blow for blow like, whoa. And rip guitar soul, live the fast life. Come through in the ball slow like, whoa. My niggas like dough, like dro, nitro, my flow, nice clothes like, whoa. We bag it, then flip it like, whoa. Cars we jack it, then strip it like, whoa. Fully equipment, front to back like, whoa. Spitting on fiends that come for crack like, whoa. Asking for shorts and shit, nigga like, whoa. Half on this quote, now nigga that's whoa. Flow so properly, you'll see I'm whoa. Ain't no stopping me, I'm deep like, whoa. Guns deep poppin', beat, we creep like, whoa. Hear my name in these streets, it's like, whoa. Must I pound the concrete like, whoa. Fill his bitch ass, head to feet like, whoa. Your man ain't, whoa. The judge ain't, whoa. COs ain't, whoa. POs ain't, whoa. Play yourself, I get the G.I. Joe. DIC, K-Riders ain't, whoa. I rip guitar soul, live the fast life. Come through in the ball slow like, whoa. My niggas like dough, like dro, nitro, my flow, nice clothes like, whoa. Niggas getting money in VA is, whoa. Honey's looking right in ATL is, whoa. Niggas pimping hoes in Chi-Town is, whoa. Bitches taking paper in LA is, whoa. Niggas stacking dough in DC is, whoa. PR and DR hold me down like, whoa. Ballers in Detroit hold me down like, whoa. Niggas in New Orleans getting money is, whoa. Boston and Jersey motherfuckers is, whoa. Florida niggas and Philly.
R.I.P. to Black Rob, man. Got a couple different tracks from Black Rob. We're gonna go ahead and let them joints play, man. R.I.P. to Black Rob, man. Oh my God, God bless you.
I'm allergic to Kenny.
Allergic to Kenny. And Kenny is back. The Art Monster is back. Off hiatus.
I ain't sneezed since they be going.
Sneeze Friday.
No, I did.
Yes,
That wasn't a real sneeze.
Probably allergic to the jalapeno chips she was eating.
Yeah, jalapeno chips that she stole.
Shut up, you over there eating Swiss rolls. And I just told you what they said about them Swiss rolls coming from upstate.
You didn't tell me. I asked you what did they say.
I said what they look like.
You said they something bad.
No, I said what do they look like?
Dookie?
Hey, look, straight from the Harlem streets. I don't play, I push it down with the Harlem beat. All of a sudden, niggas got a problem with me. Black, what happened? They running around acting like the black don't can't eat. And you know what? For some strange reason, I'm on for this medication, feeling deranged, needing for y'all to put the word out. We ain't leaving. We trying to be rich before we all stop breathing. Therefore, we kinda hustle lanes. Stay laying down our muscle games. Still turn niggas' dreams to flames. You got the wire? If not, I ain't saying no names. You soon expire. No pain. I feel remorseless. Of course, it's me and Diddy up first, racing Porsches with the big twin valve exhausters. On the cover of your vibes, double XLs and sauces, bitch. Gone. You know, when I was close to the ledge, I'd probably be in the wedge. With this bad Spanish mommy playing between my legs. Then I moved to get choked and smoke one of them dreads. Then get that bitch from 89 and gave us up to the feds. Thought of mama, wrote her a note, we ain't close. I hate a boyfriend, so I
Didn't he like that one in the front seat? Dre do the drill? Yeah, nigga.
Pull out my dick and
Let's
take a piss
go,
in the floor.
nigga.
Jump in the whip. Get them cats
He
I want
he's
to get.
drill ready. Y'all see him?
Look
at
in 86.
Pull your ski mask down. I'm just saying. The ski mask way. Listen.
This is how I'm supposed to rep for Black Rob in the beginning of the show.
Yeah, that's all.
That wasn't the only one on that track.
I know they was the
Pull left until my death, so I'm gonna wait
That's
till
all
I'm
that
Cherry,
joy.
cherry breath. I know exactly where I'm going.
Y'all gonna
I'ma
hit
send you there
funeral.
first. And with the shit that I'll be doing, I'ma send you there worse. I've been living with a curse, and now it's all about to end. But before I go, say hello
Listen,
to my little
he
friend.
back,
But I got
twin,
to
he
make it
back.
right. Reconcile with my mother. Try to explain to my son, tell my girl I love her. See four up under the coat, snatch up my dog.
Y'all gonna
Turn like
ex-funeral?
three villains on Wall Street into a fog. Out with a bang. You
trying to
will
go.
remember my name. I wanted to live forever, but this wasn't fame.
Listen.
Ooh, that's how you was feeling. That's how you started off the show.
That's how he started off the show with X and Black Rob. I'm just saying.
Let me just pull back up.
Outside of Whoa. Nah, who that next? That's Mr. Ruffle Your Feathers. He's here. He's here today in case anyone, missed him. I missed him. He got me coffee this morning. Yes, the little things. But yeah, I'm trying to go to X funeral.
Which one?
DMX.
Which funeral?
I only think he gets one.
Some people get a lot of funerals.
My fault.
Where's it at?
I was
The one in
just-
Delaware?
He killed DMX Vibes yesterday. What happened? What Darrell do?
No, saying he killed the vibe. He killed it with DMX vibes yesterday.
Oh, he was
in a
live.
good way, right? Nah, he was at the paint.
Pretty
and
Big
trap,
Deal joint.
The trap and paint.
Uh-huh.
Pretty big
He
deal.
was DJing.
I don't be knowing about stuff like that. His fiance let him out the house. Look at God. Look at God. Listen. So,
Well,
Black Rob passed away. Let me get into these announcements.
homeless.
Let me get
No
into these
money.
announcements real quick so that we can get into this Black Rob situation. Because I don't like the fact that they keep saying Puffy name. And I'm not a Puffy fan, but I don't think Puffy is responsible. No, I'm not. Nowhere near.
You don't think Puffy is responsible?
No,
Hell no.
I don't think so.
I wouldn't expect you to.
I don't think
Why would I
Buffy-
think that Puffy was
But go
responsible?
ahead, do your announcement so we can get into this.
All right, let's get into these announcements. Let's get into this. Good morning. Peace be unto you with the beautiful mornings. This is what it says, so I'm going to say it. I don't need to say that part. Calling all musicians, lyricists, singers, poets, artists, and musically inclined individuals. This event is for you. They are saying specifically for you, the individual. They will have a live band experience full of good synergy and vibration. They always want to give you a tongue tied synergy though. Like I was going to say energy with an S.
What is synergy?
Synergy. I don't
What's
know.
the definition for synergy?
I don't know.
Is it sending and energy?
Hey, girlfriend, sending an energy. He said, "Is it sending an energy?" Hey, Miss Karen. Miss Karen Cakes by K. She got the best cakes right now. That's right. I love them. I had one at a party I just was recently at. Yeah, go ahead, Miss Karen. Featuring Congo drum musician. He's old school. He's going to show us how to really jam. Tickets are available now on Eventbrite, link in the bio. Tickets are limited. This is a highly anticipated experience. This event is expected to sell out early. Ticket purchase is recommended. So, the Jamador.
That's the name of it?
The Jamador.
Hold
Is
on,
May the
stop.
22nd.
Huh?
Yeah. It's not pronounced Jamador.
Nah, I don't see an A in between the M and the D.
Oh, Jamdor. Well, where did I get Jamador
Oh,
from?
man.
We've been saying
here we
Jamador for
go.
the last 2 weeks, bro.
Soon as I come back, they
sounds to me
can't
it says
spell.
Jamdora.
I just said Jamdor as a
Not for
correction.
tea. Not
But
for tea.
hold
Where did you go
on.
to high school at? Not for tea.
Chester High.
That explains it all. then.
That's where I graduated from.
That definitely explains it.
No, but
I'm just saying, look at
we've
the
been saying
word.
Jamador for 2 weeks.
I'm just saying.
You've been saying
you've been
Jamador.
saying
And he
it
want to
for
blame
2
it on me
weeks.
because he
didn't say-
passed it over.
I didn't
We
say
never said
anything.
Jamdor though.
No, we
Neither
never
one of
said
us.
Just saying.
Oh God, Jamdor.
You
Live
over here-
band experience.
So now people over here trying to Google the wrong event because you done put a whole letter inside. the
Yes. And drop one. Drop one too. It's Jamdor. I done said Jamador.
You see why Chester High education is so important. We need to get money funded back to that school.
Dante, you ain't correct me in 2 weeks. Now you want to correct somebody. Here, every time these two
They
get
don't
together, hey
correct-
mom, how
they
are
don't
you?
correct you.
He ain't correct me in 2 weeks.
Nope. He been
I've been around P too long.
Absolutely. You get to
Well,
putting letters in places that letters
yeah,
don't
because I done
belong.
added an
We gonna
insert.
have a Jamadora.
Yeah, a Jamador. Hey, stop you adding the A. I ain't add the A. I said Jamador.
We gonna have
Jam-
a Jamadora.
Jamdora.
Jamdora. So we go ahead. They go. Man,
I thought kids was supposed to come there the way you pronounced it, like it was Dora the Explorer.
man, you ain't said nothing in 2 weeks. You ain't even watched the show.
I did watch the show. See, and I shared the show.
I'm gonna go back and check which days you did.
Yeah, you can go back and check. The days I had the strength, I did. I promise
The
you.
days you had the strength. What was wrong with you?
I had
You got clipped.
yeah, I had got that Kobe. That
What you
cocoa.
call it?
That cocoa.
You had the cocoa.
had that cocoa.
Damn, bro.
Cocoa put me down.
I'm sorry. to
How
hear
for you
that.
know I had the cocoa? You took me to the hospital.
Oh man, yeah,
the
that's
cocoa?
right. He had the vid. Thank you, Rob.
You had the vid.
I had the vid. She know
Kenny
I had
had-
the vid. She
it wasn't
took me
my
to the
place.
hospital.
It wasn't my place to tell people that you had the vid, though, bro.
Shit, if I died, you told me.
No, if you'd have died, I'd have killed you. Ain't that some shit? Yeah, because it didn't have to go that far.
How you would have killed him?
Because I would have killed them. You ever
You
seen somebody
already
jump
did.
up and down on somebody in the casket? Yeah, I
You
seen
would
that.
have did that?
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Miss Carol. Yeah. I would have jumped. I would have killed them because when he came back from vacation, he had symptoms of being sick, not having COVID.
Right.
And instead of going to get
Tested.
tested for COVID, he got tested before he left. Don't get me wrong. He has a
No,
strong.
remember I had to take the baby though to the hospital.
No, I'm talking. But you got tested before you left. You
Yeah.
had a strong. He got a strong record of testing. That's not it. However, when he came back, he takes the baby because he doesn't feel good, and Kiki had felt bad while they were away. But he didn't. He doesn't get tested. Yeah, the baby fine. This is all he keeps saying. King fine.
I was
So I'm
worried
like, well, what
the
about
baby.
you? So then he got to go back for another checkup. Yeah, I just had to carry him down the steps. But then he's like walking sluggish. So I don't hear from him for 2 days. So finally he FaceTime me and he says,
I couldn't breathe.
he
I couldn't
FaceTime,
breathe.
he like, I couldn't answer my FaceTime back because I was having an asthma attack. And I'm thinking, what? So now we talking. And as we talking, he like, yeah, because, yeah. I said, you might need to go to the hospital. He gonna say, I can't go to the hospital with my hair looking like this. I ain't got it done in 2 weeks. So I'm literally thinking like, at this moment, we're on a joking phase. And I'm like, bro, are you laying on the floor? But he like, no, I'm just laying off the couch. So when I gotta roll over to go to the bathroom, I don't got a hard fall. I'm like, what? So he like laying halfway off the couch. So now I get Sherry on the phone because you're going to the hospital at this point.
Absolutely.
So he come out, y'all.
It was a
and
good
this-
thing I went to the hospital when
yeah, he
'cause I
he
had
would have
fluid
checked.
in my lungs.
He would have checked. Like real rap on his couch.
I
Halfway
mean, when
on
you
the couch.
called me and told me he was coughing blood.
Yeah,
I
coughing
said,
up blood.
There's no way to cough up blood unless you have fluid in your lungs.
Yep.
Uncle P, can you explain the stars to me?
So the stars are another way to show support. So if you
Hi, Miss
you
Denise.
support the radio station, you share the stars throughout any show that comes through. You give that money to Facebook, then they give a portion of it to us. But if you'd rather just
And then Pierre puts that portion in his pocket and don't pay the workers here.
no, I pay the bills,
Pay the bills.
right? So that you can talk and
The workers are the bills.
You see that $400 microphone you talking into?
That you said
This
you
joint
liked.
cost $400.
You said you liked it.
Right. How many
said
on the
that-
table?
How much you think I get if I pawn it in?
How much on the table?
Nothing.
Huh?
How many mics on the table?
It's 3 over
I mean,
here.
I don't know how many
$1,200
mics is on the
that's
table.
$1,200 worth
I
of
just know
mics.
that I charged you to paint this table.
Uh,
I've charged you to paint this table.
You charged me to paint that table.
Yeah.
Right. You charged me for that painting on the wall? You charged me to paint that wall behind you?
I think this one was free. That one in there I charged you for.
How about that painting right
I was
there?
gonna say
You
that
charged me
painting
for
over there.
This
How
one
about
I
this painting
definitely
here? You
charged you
charged me
for.
for that one?
Yeah, how about the one in
How
there?
much all the paintings in this joint? You charge me for them? Oh, all right.
If I tell people the price that I charge you for paintings,
Why would you tell
I would be
people
out
that-
of business.
Why would you tell people the price? How much
I
you
would be
charge?
out of business.
Oh, you
Why
charge
you
me
would-
You know how much I charge for paintings now?
That's now.
He said cha-ching.
That's now. You know how much I'm charging to go live at events now?
Where is the episode on Black Man hesitant to go? When is the Black Man? Listen,
It wasn't that I was hesitant to go to the doctors.
he wasn't.
I was out of energy. I was out of energy.
It wasn't that he was out of energy. I'm gonna tell you. Tell him you was scared. Be honest.
I mean,
he was
I came
scared.
from a history of family members that went into the hospital and didn't come out. So I was more focused on
Sister,
I think,
I thought I could-
I think most black men are scared. to go
scared
to
of,
the
but you
hospital.
can't be scared. You
Because
can't be scared to get treated when it's treatable.
it's treatable to you. When I go in there and they tell me, "Oh no, oh your left lung is like," you don't know what they're gonna say. So it's the
So you
fear
rather
of
sit-
not know.
sit
It's the
home?
fear of how bad it is. I might be able to make through this. I might.
No,
be able to
he wouldn't have
through
made
this
it.
thing. My father didn't want to go to the hospital. He stayed at home. He died at home.
See,
wasn't
my
planning
my
on
dad
dying.
wanted out the hospital. He passed at home too. He's like, just let me go home. He didn't mean back to 29. He meant let him go home, right? And we kept holding on to him. So finally, I said, "You want to go home? You want to go to the house today?" And he said, "Yes." Call my brother.
Right.
And I'm like, "Okay, well, they're gonna come transport you because they said we couldn't transport him ourselves, and I don't know why, but." He didn't want to be there in the hospital either. I totally understand the fear of being there, being alone, and this, that, and the third. Mind you, I'm hollering at the people from the side of the metal detector. I'm like, get over there and sign the paperwork. Yeah, he got to check in. I'm all the way over here though. Despite the fact that you could take one person in with you now, I still had other things that I had to do. So I'm yelling across the.
Tell
He
him you can't breathe.
I said, let them know, because he's standing there. He like, yeah, can I have a pen? He all mild manner and stuff, but when men get sick, y'all honestly become real babies. I mean, like babies, and it's a shame because, and then y'all don't want nobody to take care of y'all.
Y'all get
It don't be
y'all
that.
become-
As
hold
men-
on, hold on.
No, we don't.
Y'all don't become babies.
No.
That's bull.
That's
And
bullshit.
it's not
Women
BS.
definitely become babies.
Never. I seen women slam through.
And you
it.
see men work through it
No,
too.
no,
Hold on.
I
These all
can't
kidding-
breathe. It hurts so bad. A woman with the flu versus a man with the
You
flu.
don't get your period in
I'm
yelling
telling you,
fuss. You
uh,
deal with
yeah.
a period every
You ain't never
day,
had a cramp
and
like-
you yelling
you
and-
never had a
oh,
cramp?
damn,
You
now
never had a cramp like a period
this.
cramp?
See, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm just
you don't
saying, but
get
you
to-
cry about it,
Like,
though.
but you get it every month.
Art Monster, can you please share your experience?
COVID ain't like the flu. Anybody that told, well, everybody's body gets it a different way. At the time that I caught it, I was drinking a lot. I would smoke from time to time. So when it attacked me, it attacked them organs that was the weakest. Right. And for me, I couldn't move. Like my girl would come in, she'd be like, "Is you okay?" My fever was going all the way up to 104, then it would go down. I would have to take ice baths and stuff. I'm at the crib. I'm trying to fight it. Huffling orange peelings. You know how you boil them and all that stuff. Nafati giving me remedies. I'm drinking the black seed oil. And then
No sleep?
no sleep. And I couldn't move.
I hear so many people say, "You don't know what it's like until you get
Got
it."
it.
You don't know what it's like till you got it. I had the flu before. It's nothing like the flu.
But guess what? 6 months ago, what were you saying?
You were saying, I used to think that I had it before. Like, oh, COVID, bitch, I probably had that shit that time I was sick.
That's in 19 when everybody was sick. That's what they was like. That's what I had back
Yeah.
then.
And then when your taste buds go and then you don't want to eat, I didn't eat for 2 weeks.
Tell them about
Yeah.
the story about the ginger ale.
Oh, my girl will tell you, I had drunk the ginger ale, and I'm trying to be strong
Sorry
for my
to hear
son
that.
and for her. I drunk some ginger ale, and I was like, man, this shit some spritzer water. They done fucked up the ginger ale. And I went back and got another ginger ale. We ordered some more food, and I drunk the other ginger ale. I said, fuck.
Now you know.
Got him.
I was like, it got me even worse.
Listen,
Then the smells that make you nauseous. I don't know. I was blessed because, like I said, at one point in time, I couldn't breathe. I couldn't sit up and breathe. And Nafati and my other sister, both my sisters was like, nah, this is it. You're going to the hospital.
you gotta go.
And when I went to the hospital, they hooked me up to the breathing machine, and they did the X-rays, and they gave me some blood thinner medicine, so that the blood, the clots that was in there would dilute.
Break down.
Because if they didn't dilute, then they was gonna have to stick a tube in my chest and all other types of weird shit.
Yeah, people don't really talk about having COVID. Everybody says, I had it, I was fine, I made it through. It be the people that don't make it through that you want to know their stories. And you came real close to having to go and be on the ventilator, bro. Yeah. Like, he really was like, when he told me he hadn't slept for 2 days, I'm like, what? He like, yeah, I'm in my 3rd day right now. Like, I've really been up. Like, 5-minute naps is nothing. And I'm like, he like, I need something to go to sleep.
She brought me some cheap ass shit that ain't put me to sleep.
You
too.
is lying. I brought him
She brought me-
Theraflu
That shit ain't work.
and ibuprofen for the body aches and the fever. You're lying. He drank 2 caps of it. Bro was
What's
out for the count.
Melatonin?
Melatonin don't work.
Shit, you better drink a whole bottle of that shit.
No, Theraflu Severe. Not Theraflu. NyQuil Severe is like the strongest over-the-counter liquid medication that you can get. And I gave him that. I said, only let him take a cap. He took 2 caps. She texted me and said he's finally sleeping. He gonna say it don't work.
That shit ain't work.
She texted
I was
me.
up in like an hour.
No, you wasn't.
It was
You
like
slept.
an hour's sleep.
It seemed like it was an hour. You slept for 4 hours straight, bro.
Man, I woke up sweating.
You shoulda.
Halfway.
But him telling us how he feel, him letting me know
The
like
worst
how
part
he
about it
felt.
is when you feel like you're dying. And
Yeah.
You scared, you don't want to leave your family. I ain't want to leave my son. I ain't want to leave none of my kids. But I got this baby to keep walking in and looking at me like, Dad, what is going on?
Mm-hmm. Cause you not your upbeat self. I'm like, damn, bro, ain't even called me. And then I asked him, you talked to Kenny? He said, yeah, I talked to him like
I
2
talked
days
to
ago.
him,
It was
but I
2
was
days
thinking-
between.
Some of my friends would call me and FaceTime me, and I would pull all my energy together.
He
so that
slept
I
like a
didn't-
baby. Thank
so
you,
that
Kiki.
It didn't seem like I was I was fucked up. Because I knew Pierre would have came to the house. I'm like, dumbass, don't come here. You got a baby. You know,
I'm
like,
yelling at him. I called Kenny and tell him he need to go to the hospital right now. I'm about to pull up out front. It was a whole gang. It was a whole gang up.
And I think I love Nafati for that too. She know I'm sick. She know I got COVID. She know that my thing, my shit is fucked up. And she still risked her own safety and was like, nigga.
I know she sprayed the shit down out of that car.
I almost died. I sprayed the fucking car down with the windows up. My mom was yelling at me. She said, roll the windows down.
I'm here right, the way she drove to the hospital was like she was the ambulance. Then when we get in there, she had like a complete asshole. I was like, oh, come on now.
It wasn't a butthole. He wasn't going to tell the people he couldn't breathe or nothing. But I'm glad he's better. I'm glad he's fine. They say after you have COVID, you have a 6 months clearance period.
That
As
shit
my
still
brother
hurts.
said, both him and Bay, I both said, they lying. They lying. I don't believe them
That
about
shit
the
hurt.
6 month period.
That shit still bothers. My chest is fucked up.
Listen, my brother Bay caught it. He had it months ago. And when he got it, some man was still coming to his job to work and was sick, walking around sweating in this wintertime. And my brother like, man, there's something wrong with this man. But mind you, they working in the same space, but they are not in close quarters. So they just keep walking through each other's air pretty much. Like he went down one aisle, my brother go down another aisle. And my brother one day, he's never sick. He's never sick. He's a very healthy person. He doesn't drink sodas. He doesn't drink alcohol. He doesn't eat certain things. Like he's very healthy in my eyes, despite the fact that he's a little overweight. But don't tell him I said that. He'll talk about me later. But he went to the hospital and they told him that he had it. He had it. My brother worked out the whole entire time through it because it says heat burns it off. Mm-hmm. I'm going to his house, leaving stuff on his door handle and everything. Like oranges, medication, and he doesn't even take medication. So for him to ask for something for the aches and pains, he had to really have felt some type of way. But he didn't get to the part where his lungs started to fill with fluid. Kenny got to the part where his lungs started to fill with fluid. If Kenny would have died, I would have killed him. Plain and simple as that, because he didn't have to. So many people don't have to.
What you mean, girl? You'd have been rich. You got some of my paintings in your house.
It's okay. They were worth nothing. They're worth nothing to me without you.
Oh, that's so fucking sad.
That's not sad.
Shut up. You from Chester. You could take this shit.
No, it's not. It's not about a take. So many people think that if I die today or tomorrow, nobody will care about me. Some people care about you more after you're gone than they did while you were here because now they don't have the experience of you anymore. So my paintings are worth nothing without you. Oh, everybody just want to keep taking pictures in front of my goddamn paintings in my house anyway. That's all they want to do. You got the first lady.
You too sentimental.
I heard it myself, so I'm fat.
No, bro, I didn't say that. I said a little overweight.
All right.
Yeah, you just you need this is cultivating mature positivity, not talking down on people's weight.
I was cultivating.
I think once we reach over 30, 37, 38, it's hard for us to shake our stomach weight, right? Especially the way that we deal with stress.
Mm-hmm.
Stresses of creating a business from nothing.
Mom, the vaccine don't stop you
Right.
from getting it.
We start eating, but
Miss Karen would like to know if she can get a painting.
Yep. Just inbox me.
bro, I'm definitely happy. I'm proud of you for going to the hospital. I'm proud of you for sitting here and being able to talk about your situation.
I didn't want to go to the hospital, bitch.
I know you didn't.
He was like, I'm not
I
going.
know you didn't, because I wouldn't have wanted to go neither. Like, I'm not going to the hospital because I don't know what they're going to do to me. See, I always think they're playing games in the hospital. And they didn't even keep you that long.
They kept him for a couple hours. He was there.
I was
he was
happy
there
with
until
the
11:30.
hospital.
They didn't keep you for a whole day, is what I'm saying.
Oh,
Right?
I was there for a whole long day.
It wasn't 24
In the
hours,
waiting
but it
room.
was
Right,
close to.
right.
So they gave him the treatment that he needed to send him home. And then shout out to Kiki for giving him The breathe. So if you have a nebulizer in your home, those work. It's like giving you fresh oxygen. So actually utilize the nebulizer that you have in your home. When
My
you have
son's
COVID.
nebulizer, that shit put me to sleep.
So he was doing that and taking steam,
I
like
came home and
sitting in the
couldn't
steam
breathe.
room.
She gave me that drink. That was like,
Yeah.
That's been the biggest thing with COVID is how someone that hasn't had it or hasn't had to deal with it is affected by it, right?
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna sit here and say it's like the flu, right? But it's not like the flu. Right?
No.
I said that in the very beginning.
Yeah, you did.
It's like the flu. This many people died
It's
from the flu.
It's flu-like
it
symptoms.
felt like somebody hit my whole body with a baseball bat.
He-
That's how bad the pain. No, like I'm real serious. Ask my girl. We had a bottle of ibuprofens, right? And I'm not for tea. Like take 6 of them. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll take 12.
It's 6, but people don't. But you know, Miss Denise, people don't like to talk about it. I feel like it's
lost
something that
3
should be
friends.
discussed. Yeah,
I lost
discussed
3 friends in the last like 2 or 3 months to
over
COVID.
COVID.
Right.
I lost
And they are
Mr.
young.
Payne Purvis, well, he's older. But I lost my friend Jeremiah, and I lost, Chuck. And I'm so, losing Chuck and then having to go to the hospital. I said to myself, damn,
Hank.
I can imagine what he went through when I felt that pain. Like,
Right.
what he went through, and he's in the hospital, and none of his family is around him, and he can't get in touch with him. Or you know what I mean? Like, you're telling people, yo, come visit me, because these doctors I don't know what's going on. Mm-hmm. I felt so bad that the doctors could walk in and tell you that. Like, and somebody else in my family just was in the hospital, and they told him, like, you might die. And he had to call his family and tell them that. Like, yo, you got a chance. You might just die if we don't get this shit situated with you. And that's just we all take it for granted. So that shit hit, boy. When that shit hit hard.
Listen, when you walk in my house, like it's like a whole sanitizing station right there, right? And people think that it's a joke. They like, girl, you ready for war? I am. The war on the vid. I've been blessed to go through this whole situation and not be sick, not be sick in no way. My allergies is the worst that I have. So I when you walk in, it's hand sanitizer, it's fabric spray, it's Lysol, it's Microban, I have so many things right there, and I have such a great supply of it underneath of my cabinet, inside my closet. Like, I never want to be caught in the blind side of it again. I have an addiction. The lady over at Dollar General literally inboxing me, hey, we got the new Clorox spray. I have Clorox sanitizing and Lysol sanitizing, clothes washing detergent. Like, I never, ever want to feel like, I'm telling you, and if I have not been around you, I don't go around you. We did a catering job the other night. We were double masked and double gloved. Please don't hug me. Hey, how you doing? Yeah.
Dr. Karushi said that you don't
Dr.
gotta wear
Who?
a double mask.
I'm wearing a
no
double
more.
mask. I'm double masked and double gloved.
Dr. Kakasi.
Is it?
So right now we're dealing with 5.2 million people that have been affected by COVID. You know, those are the highest numbers since COVID hit. COVID's been around for about a year. So I think that people are taking the vaccine and then thinking that they don't have to wear a mask. And then we got people down in states like Texas that are going to baseball games with the whole stadium being sold out, and they're thinking they don't have to deal with COVID anymore. Listen, COVID is going to affect us for the next 5 to 10, 15 years, right? If we don't take the precautions necessary. Now, I'm not getting the vaccine, but I'll wear my mask, I'll sanitize, I'll wash my hands, I'll do everything that I'm supposed to do. but I'm not doing nothing extra. I ain't taking no trips. I ain't going nowhere where it's going to be a whole bunch of people. If I take a trip, I'm going down to Tampa Bay, and Dante will tell you, I'm not leaving whatever bubble I go into.
Let me tell you, I feel like
not doing nothing extra.
I feel like if you don't want to wear a mask, you shouldn't have to. But the reason I feel like that is this. It's your body and it's your life. It's like telling somebody to wear a
That
condom.
is true.
It's all that type stuff.
Right.
But I'm gonna tell you from my personal experience, when this shit hits you,
Right.
You going out?
you may have wished
So I was in the
that
Dollar
you wore
Tree.
the mask.
Right.
I was in
Or
the
had
Dollar
the
Tree
hand sanitizer.
Friday afternoon. I went to the Dollar Tree. I had to grab a couple things. My cousin was in there. My mother's nephew was in there. My mother's sister's son was in the store with no mask on. Right. So I'm like, hey cousin, how you doing? So he went there. I said, boy, where's your mask? And I'm like, he like, girl, that stuff is stupid. Your body can fight this off itself, and da-da-da. I had to say, oh, you one of them doctors, okay?
And I think that,
here you go.
I do believe the part, like, I don't think you should wear a mask if you don't want to wear a mask, but I do believe if you're going to be in the public, right, show some decency to the people around you and wear a mask. If you know that you You know, 'cause the spread of it, just you might cough and give it to somebody.
Right.
When he said he didn't wear a mask, all I could say is, "Don't worry, I got on two, one for me and one for you."
Yeah, like
And that's how I felt after because he told me, he said, "I've never worn a mask. I'm not listening to them doctors. Our bodies are
That was me.
Are built to fight off immune.
That was me.
Our immune system is built to fight off diseases like this." I said, "But what about the people who aren't healthy enough to fight off of these diseases?" Like having a general conversation with him. He's one of those people that go deep into conversation, and I applaud him and respect him for his decision. But at the end of the day, like, I'm still gonna protect myself. No, I can't breathe, I can't see in this mask. If I take it off, if I got it on, I can't hear and I can't see.
if you have older people in the house, two
You got
things. If you have older people that you're going to be around, people that are like 50 plus, or anybody with body complications, or if you have babies around that you're going to be around, I think you should be extra precautious because, number one, if a baby catches it, a baby can't tell you the symptoms that they have.
Can't tell you what's wrong.
All they can do is cry. And I think for an older person, man, if I was in my 60s or 70s, I'd have checked.
Yeah.
I
agree
wouldn't
with
have had
that.
the strength to walk down the steps. I wouldn't have had the strength to go nowhere.
When I say I haven't seen my godmother in over a year, I don't want to be the reason why she contracts COVID. When Terminex came to my house the other day, the guy refused to get sprayed down. And I told him, I said, it's not going to harm you. It's not going to touch your skin. I'm going to spray it. You're going to walk through it. But it's to sanitize your clothes because you can carry germs on your clothes. Now, we don't really know the full dynamics of COVID, so we don't know how far the germ can go. But or if it can be carried on clothing or whatever, they have going back and forth with that. But I say that to say this. He refused to get sprayed. I refused to let him in. You won't get this check today, good brother. You got to go. And he was like, but that doesn't make sense. It's absurd for you to think that I should be sprayed. And I said, it's absurd to think that you coming in here with this gloves and the mask is going to protect you, but we can't protect us.
And here's another one on Naf. I mean, I'm just being real with it. So I listen to the shit that the doctors and everybody, all these professionals that come on TV say, but I don't believe it.
No.
I don't believe in the government anymore. I've been stopped believing in the government because it's the same government that gave people smallpox. They gave people syphilis. They gave whole communities this. So I can't believe that all of a sudden you guys got a heart and y'all so worried about everybody, this shit getting spread. I feel at the moment that they made everybody wear a mask, right? Mm-hmm. So how long has this pandemic been going on for?
Since 2020. I say
Since-
19. I say the end of 19.
So let's just say it's been over 365 days, right?
Mm-hmm.
In 365 days, all the Instagram newses that you've seen, everything, right? Tell me how many times has anybody on this show or any of y'all seen one class on properly disposing your mask?
It's not.
Tell me one class that you've seen on properly how long you should have a mask on, how you should dispose of it.
Well, you're
when should a
only
mask be
supposed to
thrown?
wear the mask
no,
once.
we're going off of hypothetically. Has any professional
No.
ever got on the news and said this is how you handle a mask?
No.
How I feel like on a disposable mask, right? If you know that a doctor's using this mask, when he goes into an operating room, he changes the room every time he moves outside that room. So every new environment that you walk in, it should be a new
Hold on.
mask.
But now listen though.
If you're wearing a mask,
How did you get that information?
No.
You're getting this information off
From
of
me.
off of
common
what
sense,
you
right?
All
Common sense.
So do you think a 12-year-old kid going to school
No.
knows this?
Absolutely not.
Do you think an older person?
I've seen the inside
Yeah.
of some of these masks. They all brown and dirty. It's like,
Ooh.
yo,
That's
why
what-
was you putting that on,
And
bro?
still wearing it.
Because no one has properly ever been told. So if the government is making you wear a mask, but they've never properly told you how to, that's like me giving you a gun
Right.
and never properly
Bro,
instructing you on how to use it.
Common sense
You
tell you
shoot
not to
everybody
use that
around.
mask after it's dirty in the inside.
Common
sense tell you
after
not to use that
after
mask.
you've gone somewhere. If you put the mask on, getting out of your car, you're going into the mall and you're doing things like that. When you get home, you throw that mask away.
Okay.
Right? It's just that simple. Now, if you keep that
What-
mask on you, then you're going to be breathing in all the things from all the
you're
places
saying
that you've been.
common sense tells you to throw away a disposable mask. So what about these cloth masks? Let me tell you, if I have a mask on my face like this, right, and it blocked the COVID for me, if I'm not properly told how to dispose of it, right, don't I just grab the mask and take it off? Now
We
I'm
all
holding it
do.
on my hand. So I feel like that's
Well, that's
a way
why
the
you're supposed to
government
wash your
helping
hands.
that shit
That-
get
that's why
spread.
you're supposed to wash your hands. I
Yeah.
wash my hands at least 50 to 60 times a day.
I could tell.
Shut the hell up. Like, and it's crazy. I continue to wash my hands a million times a day. I wash my, in the hour, I probably wash my hands probably 20 times. I use a whole roll of paper towels every probably like 3 hours, I got a new roll of paper towels. Like, and I stress over that. But I only can speak for my household. Even my little baby know. He come in the house, he's like, oh, my hands is dirty. I just need to wash my hands. And he's climbing up on the counter. He walks out, he plays outside with a mask on. And I'm like, damn, like, why he got living this way at this time? Because
I don't think
actually keeping him from
I don't
being
think
a
we'll
kid.
ever stop wearing the mask. You got to think about the people over in China and
I
Japan.
think we will because
they've
been
been
through
wearing,
it.
They've been wearing a mask over in China and Japan for at least the last 10 years. You watch shit, motherfuckers moving over there, and they all got on masks. So that's just how they operate. And it's like now with infectious diseases, see COVID, if that's an offshoot of the flu, if that's COVID-19, where's COVID-20? Where's COVID-21? Where's COVID-22? Like this isn't going to stop just because we're now here and we're getting vaccines. This thing is going to continue to evolve every year.
Oh, you think it's called COVID-19 just because of the year?
No, I
it's
think
called
it's
COVID-19.
COVID-19 because this is the variant. This is the
Yeah,
variant.
because
number
they've been
19.
out. COVID-19 been
Yeah, that's
out
what
for
I'm
a
saying.
long
So
time.
where's COVID-21? Where's
Oh, well,
COVID-22?
now that they
Right.
have a new strain of it,
The variant of that right.
is definitely a different
And
one.
let me tell you something.
It's going to continue to evolve.
Where
That's
common
what
sense
diseases
don't hit
do.
people at. I noticed this, and I spoke to the doctor about it. So you just said it a minute ago. A doctor, he wears the mask and he comes out. Let me tell you what else a doctor does, Pierre. A doctor wears a whole surgical outfit that he takes off after surgery. Did you notice that? Like he wears a paper hat, the paper jacket.
Right.
Their
Hold on. No,
PPE gear.
I'm saying that to say, so let's just say if me and you went to the market and people in there had COVID and they were coughing or whatever, and our mask blocked it. Our clothes also contain that disease.
I just
and
said
guess
that
where
about
our
the
clothes
room.
usually go at?
Home in the shower.
In the
No,
right
I mean,
next
in
to
the-
the
in the-
hamper.
in the hamper. I said the
But they
shower.
go. But you're right.
But-
no, they go on the ground next to
But
the
this
shower.
is crazy. When it first hit, if you pay attention to, like, even though TV is mimicking like real life, when it first hit, you were taking your clothes off at the door and literally like putting them in the trash. I mean, in the trash bag, and then taking them straight to the laundry room to have them washed. If my kids still had, like in 2020, in the beginning of COVID, we didn't go anywhere. So it wasn't no need to change, to take our clothes off outside. But once they started to open up the world a little bit and they started going back to certain programs that wasn't only on Zoom, they came in the house, they got undressed like right in a small section where they got sprayed down in their clothes, and they put their clothes in a disposable bag and it went straight to the laundry. We did more laundry in COVID than we did all year long before COVID. Huh?
I did. I'm a hustler. I be wearing the same clothes.
And I take my clothes to the laundromat every week. $20.
So y'all not washing clothes like every day?
$20.
I'm washing clothes like every day.
You
About
have a house full of children. It's just
we
me.
got a line.
It's just me. I got a
Yeah.
bag right there. I'm about to.
You
every
got a
Monday-
washer and dryer at your house.
Every Monday I drop my clothes off. I don't have to. I wear the same thing damn near all week.
Coronavirus is listed on the back of the Microban can before it was on the back of Lysol.
Right.
So it been on the back of Microban. That's why Microban was going off the shelves quick.
And conspiracy theorists, right. Come on. Nah, but it's honest, right? Drink water. Make sure. And listen, Quad said it earlier. If you're a heavy smoker, a heavy drinker, yesterday, Kenny saw me smoking a cigarette, right? Because I'm stressed the fuck out. He was like, yo, what you doing, man? I don't want no more cigarettes. I'm like, nigga, you was just smoking cigarettes. He was like, man, I don't want another cigarette. He said, I don't want to drink. And Kenny was coming here and he was
I
taking
don't have the urge to drink or
right,
smoke.
nothing. So, I'm drinking water. I'm drinking, shout out to the Aqua Miracle, Alka Miracle, that hydrated water, like the alkaline
Hydrated water?
Yeah.
It's hydrated water.
It's hydrogen water.
Oh, hydrogen water.
Right.
You said hydrated water. I'm just saying.
Listen, you said Jamador.
Okay,
Right.
It still looked like
I
Jamador to
said the
me.
wrong thing. I said the wrong thing.
It
See,
still
I
looked
didn't
like
jump on
Jamador
you
to
though,
me.
did I? I said, nah,
It still
that
looked
might
like
be Jam or
I'm
Slamdora.
just asking how
I'm
it's
just
water
saying that's
hydrated.
like whoa.
Because it's living water. It's not dead water. See, a lot of the water, Deer Park and all those places, they're dead water. We're dealing with, 9.5, the pH balance in that, right?
That's what they say.
Right. It's
We don't
high.
know if it's true or not. I just drink the water. I prefer to drink the spigot water.
When I was a kid, we used to go to next to Granite Run Mall and they had a little fountain thing right there, and you would fill up.
You really be showing that you old.
Yeah. Because you would go there.
They don't even have those anymore. You're not even
You're
allowed
not
to use
allowed at the
drinking,
springs.
drinking fountains.
They used to have the
Nowhere.
springs, the natural springs, and
They
everybody
done
be out
covered
there
them
with
up.
their
They done
bottles.
covered everything up, or they just completely took them out, and you can see the little brown stuff.
White folks probably directed it to their house.
Listen,
What?
house?
'Cause to somebody's house near Granite Run Mall. They
To
was
do
tired of
what?
y'all niggas coming up there doing that shit.
Thank you,
I
Leslie.
would prefer the spigot water here in Chester. I don't care what
picture
nobody
this.
say. I put my hand underneath for the faucet, the spigot, as my grandmother would call it.
Can you
And
get
drink.
COVID through your eyes?
I hope not.
He said, picture this. People wear masks, but their eyes are left uncovered.
I hope not.
Probably.
Why not, though?
Why not? It's a pore that goes.
Right, you get infection, eye infection.
So what you supposed? Whatever. So you telling me them masks, them full face
yeah.
masks, them
The joints that look like Judge Dredd.
It look like RoboCop.
You
They come in all different colors and
What's your name, son? My name is Murphy.
like you telling me that that's the better way? No. I already can't breathe. I gotta wear glasses. My glasses are fogged up from the mask. Then I can't hear. I gotta keep saying, "Huh? What you say?" And then if I take the glasses off, I can't hear or see. It's a lot. It's a lot. Listen. I just needed to be under control. Mom, I'm not getting the vaccine. Oh, what you say?
It was like, so if it was on the back of the cans of Lysol, how long has everyone known about it before it became a pandemic? Because China was supposed to have brought it to us, and so why would they
China
not
ain't
let
make
us
that
know it was here at the proper time?
So
Donald Trump
according
is a
to
motherfucker.
the news, it was brought to their attention in 2019. Well, it was brought to their attention in 2007 that this was going to be, it was going to become a bad epidemic sooner or later. So as soon as it was brought to our attention in 2019, to say that China had an overly excessive amount of people who had COVID, Trump said, "Yeah, well, it's not here.
It's the Chinese disease.
It's the Chinese disease, Mom."
It's from them eating
so
bats.
Trump started. Yes, Trump
started
started to
showing a
say
bunch of videos of them
they're
eating bats.
eating bats and different animals that we don't eat, and it's a shame because instead of him taking it seriously, then because we could have kind of sort of prevented from all of us from the amount of people who died from it. They didn't take it seriously. They didn't know that the ventilators and people. Was that Friday we was talking about the ventilators was being used and not properly cleaned? Was that Friday? Is he here? Hi, hello.
Huh? I'm sorry.
He be watching Pornhub.
I think so.
That's why he don't keep his
Picture up there
on the
'cause he
thing.
don't want us to know
Put
what he
your
over there
picture back on
doing.
the screen. Put your picture on the screen. Be responsible. We want you to be responsible for your time on here. There you go.
Okay,
Put his
go
picture up there. He waited till I got here and then he doesn't want to put his picture back up there.
I don't
If
need
I
my
wasn't
picture up
here,
there.
your
We
picture was
talking,
up
and
there.
I'm just the commentator. I'm in the
All right.
background.
No one's talking
we want
about-
your picture up there.
Bill Gates. What about Bill Gates?
So Bill Gates came up with the idea for population control, the way to vaccine everybody, to give everybody a vaccination. He had a proposition with his company not too long ago with the other Fortune 500 companies of the world, where they came up with this this plan on how we would deal with a pandemic
If it came about.
if it came about. Right, I forgot what the name of it is, but you can't.
Somebody need to find
can't-
Bill Gates and just fuck him
Right.
up.
You can't ask him things and then things not happen in real life. So he's it's crazy. But like I said, just do whatever you have to do to remain healthy. This is not going anywhere. I tell everybody all the time, if the flu has been here since the turn of the century, we had the Spanish flu almost 100 years ago. We deal with certain situations. If the flu hasn't gone anywhere and it's just evolved, it's constantly evolved. The planet is trying to tell people, listen, there's too many of y'all. Y'all not doing the right things. Y'all got to go.
Why do y'all think like that?
What?
Why do people always think like that? Like they were like, oh yeah, it's the planet telling y'all gotta die.
Because it's the planet.
No, that's because y'all believed in them bullshit ass stories of dinosaurs and shit and them being extinct. No, that's not the planet saying that. It's billions of ants. You ever seen an ant farm? Be trillions of them. One little ass space. So imagine how many of them it is all over the world. No, you don't have to die because it's too many of y'all. Y'all ain't even that crowded over this bitch yet. You been to Asia? They crowded over there. Like they got like.
That's the world. That's the whole world.
We're not crowded over here yet.
We're not.
really not crowded in the United States of America.
How many forests are there in Chester? Like green spaces where animals can frolic like they used to.
Chester Park? I don't know. It'd be foxes over town. They obviously frolic.
It'd be
over
Fox and Nova Vista.
there. No,
What you mean?
yeah,
Right, because those areas they used to be forests. So we're cutting those forests down and building new houses. Everywhere where you go out throughout Delaware County, they're doing the same thing, right? They're building new houses, they're building new places. You ride out like you riding out the Delaware County Community College. Right after you leave Delaware County Community College, I remember riding through there. I want to say about Taylor's 18, so about 17 years ago. She was a baby. That was all forest. Now they're big ass houses and condominiums and old folks living. So they're cutting down forests. They're cutting down things that we need. The trees, we need the trees for oxygen,
All right,
correct?
but I got that. But I'm saying we're not like overcrowded yet, though. Overcrowded is like we walk outside and it's so like you ever seen
New York
like
City
you-
is overcrowded. New
Yeah,
York
like
State
it's
is
not like
overcrowded.
oh my god we elbow
Georgia,
elbow, bump
Georgia
people.
is now
Shit.
overcrowded. Georgia
Crowded.
used to have all land, and now it has all property.
That's because
and
Rick
buildings.
Ross down there.
That,
Oh, motherfuckers is something.
so anywho,
CMPRadio.net, man. Listen, we have a
CMPRadio.net. It's the station.
what
you got your own bell over there.
what did Black Rob die of?
Kidney failure, and he needed a kidney transplant. So they're mainly focusing on kidney failure, but I believe he had some type of lung disease too.
Yeah, his organs started shutting down.
He had renal failure. That's a way of saying it. So that's all of his organs shutting down. But
That
his
was
kidney, he needed a kidney immediately. And he went live and said he needed a kidney and said that he was homeless and him and his homie was trying to get an apartment and this, that, and the third. So he was the topic of conversation since X. He came up, he's like, X was my man. And, people don't understand your struggles and what you go through. So him being sick at that time, he told you why he was sick. He said, I need a kidney. I need one bad. But I thought he had already had a kidney transplant before, and it didn't work for him.
I had this bad bitch uptown. She was whoa. Ooh. Sorry,
So-
just had to break out with a Black Rob.
So Black Rob, passed away over the weekend, and now people are saying Puffy should be responsible for paying for Black Rob's funeral.
How?
And expenses. And I think he has 4 children.
How?
Black Rob has 3 or 4 children.
I don't know. I didn't look at
He has children. They feel like they should start a trust for him, or whatever. However many children he has, I'm saying 3.
You say what you say he didn't have any money when he died?
He didn't have any money when he died. He was broke.
What you asked?
I didn't say. I'm just saying that I don't think Puffy should have to pay for that shit.
I don't think Puffy should have to pay for it either. I don't think Puffy should be held responsible to pay for his funeral service.
Let's look at it like this then. Anybody died that ever worked in CMP now, you pay for their funeral.
They don't work for CMP.
No. Listen to what I'm saying again.
Okay,
Anybody that ever crossed your path in CMP,
If I paid them,
you pay for their
He always try
funeral.
to say if he paid them. Once he buys us a meal, he pays us, right?
So if Puff Daddy signed somebody to a contract,
Their
right,
contract was up.
Stop. Hold on. Let me finish. Right, the contract could be up all at once, but if he signs somebody to a contract and he rapes them and he takes money from them and he takes more money than he's supposed to take from the contract,
But he never did
or he
that.
doesn't make sure his artists have all of their, like what Jay-Z did for DMX. He bought his masters and gave them to him. There's no reason why he doesn't own his own master.
It is a reason why.
Why?
Because in this contract, when you came to me broke and you wanted to have a music deal,
man.
I wrote out a contract that you can read and take to your lawyer.
Have you ever went
And
to
it
anybody?
said-
Have you ever
hold
went
on.
to? Have you
I was in-
personally ever went to anybody broke and signed a contract to do business with anybody?
Hell yeah.
Right.
Hell to the fuck yeah.
And what has happened from that?
It ain't good.
Right.
I
yeah,
mean, I probably
but
got-
you still had the ability to read it though, bro.
You had the
You
ability
had
to take it to a lawyer.
And he's telling you can look it over with a lawyer before you sign this contract. I don't think Puffy should be held responsible. He should have had life insurance, but I will say this: he couldn't afford life insurance at the time.
But I want to say that
He couldn't afford it. He probably had it long ago, but after he got to a certain age, from mismanagement of funds and bad
I
spending
think you
habits
can't
and things
continue
like
to
that.
say no one, a person that. How much does a funeral cost?
The average funeral right now is ranging from $8,000 to
You telling me
$10,000.
Puffy doesn't have the money?
It doesn't matter what Puffy
I don't care if
has.
he has it. Does he owes it to us?
Puffy
I'm
had
asking
to-
a question. Has Black Rob made money for Bad Boy? Has Black Rob put Bad Boy with Whoa or whatever song he dropped? Is that a part of the
So
Bad Boy
everybody that
album?
worked
Hold
for
on.
Scott
The
Paper
song-
should get their funeral paid from
Since
Scott
they
Paper.
helped
Since
produce
helped
paper,
Scott Paper
toilet
be-
paper.
be millionaires.
Did that one person make the same amount of money that Black Rob made for Bad Boy Records? Right.
At one
I
point in
don't
time,
know,
right?
but I still don't think
I'm
that
sure a
it's
CEO
still not. It's
I'm
still
sure a
not
CEO
Puffy's
of-
responsibility to pay for his
I'm
services.
sure a
He
C-
paid him.
I'm sure the CEO
For as long as he was
of-
working there,
what
he
you
paid
said?
him.
The CEO of what company did you say?
I said Scott
Scott
Paper.
Paper.
Scott Paper. The CEO, if they was to die, they get their funeral paid for by.
No. My mom.
That's what
works at
insurance
Scott Pippen.
is.
No,
That's what they're. That's
happens.
what they pay
That's what
insurance.
insurance is when I pay for my life insurance.
Yeah. So in
And
the company,
I pay for my
now
funeral.
most companies offer you life insurance when you work for them. They offer you a life insurance policy where when they become a beneficiary, and you're also allowed to have a family member or someone close to you become a beneficiary too. So that is an investment for that company though, because if you die, the portion that they give your family is to pay for your services. They entail and make a profit off of your death. So if your policy is $100,000, they get a beneficiary $50,000 and they give the company $50,000. That company is not giving you $10,000 out of their portion of your policy to pay for your services. They expect for your family to take that $50,000 and pay for your services. I don't think that Puffy should be entitled to. He shouldn't have to pay for Black Rob's funeral. I don't think that that's how that should be. He misappropriated funds. It wasn't Puff that did that. Puff made great investments. And just because he became a millionaire off of investing in someone else's talent does not mean that he has to invest in their funeral.
All right, so here's this one book, right, that I read when I was in jail, and a lot of people read it. It's called All You Need to Know About the Music Business. And what they do on this book right here is they give you every deal that's possible to get. It's a certain amount of deals, like these 360 deals and all these other deals that you can be signed to. Mm-hmm. It gives you the whole list. It's not 1 trillion different types of deals you can get. You can only get a certain section of deals. It's like a deal where I give you an advance and then you have to pay the whole advance back. Plus, you have to pay off of your concerts, this, that, and the third. Everybody that signed a Bad Boy, what Puffy did was he gave them 360 deals. So if I pay for your video, you have to pay me back for your video. If I pay for your album to come out, you have to pay me back for your album to come out. You have to also pay me for my services of hiring your producer, hiring this, hiring that. So none of these contracts were illegal. This is the deal they signed to. But what Puffy did try to do for people was this. All your concert money is yours. When you go to a club and you get your $50,000 for appearing at the club, it's yours. Black Rob went well on to tell people how much money he was making at these club appearances and concerts and all that. Because don't forget, at that one time, Bad Boy was the shit.
Right.
So just think of how he traveled the whole world, and after every concert, he went into a club and got all these monies, got all these funds from all these different clubs. He just walked in and did Whoa one time because he didn't have a bunch of songs. He went in and just did Whoa. Here go 50,000. I feel like, so now we're gonna bash Puffy when this man was making more money than all of us. The rapper was Black Rob, and he didn't do
right by
He
him.
made more money than Puffy?
No, he
No.
didn't make more money
I'm
than
saying
Puffy,
he
but he
made more
still
money.
made a nice
He
amount of
made a
money, though,
great
bro.
amount of money.
I'm saying if a funeral only costs $15,000, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't take away.
I mean, he can get cremated for $6.
It doesn't take away. From
It still doesn't seem that Puffy should be
It
responsible
doesn't
for
take
it.
away from a black man, right? And I get it, right? Not everybody gets their funeral paid. Not everybody gets that opportunity. But when you have people that are a part of your family, people that are a part and helped you become the millionaire that you become, it's only right that you put them in the ground correctly. You know, I ain't saying you taking care of everything.
hold up,
But
hold up.
Hold on, listen. You pay for his funeral. Now you saying if someone here at CMP died, if I was paying them people and they had a show and they were making me a bunch of money and I was I told you that we won't stop and doing all that extra shit that Puffy was doing, you damn right I'm gonna pay for their funeral. Why? Because that's just the right thing to do. We don't
It's
do
not.
business
This
the
is
right way.
hold up. That's because
once
it's
again, though,
business.
If
We
he
do.
if he made good business moves, you made.
Yeah, that was business. Were they friends before he signed them? No, they weren't friends and family before he signed them. He signed them as a business deal. That's it. Once he signed them as a business deal, once he left Bad Boy and was going off in the world or whatever, he left with every amount of money that he was supposed to leave with. It wasn't like he said, man, I supposed to leave with 100,000 and I only left with 10. He left with the whole 100,000. What he chose to do with it after he left was on him. He didn't make the proper investments. He went out here still trying to live like he was still signed to Bad Boy.
I
don't think that is Puff. I don't think it's Puff job.
I just want everybody to understand, as a leader, you have to do things that other people won't respect and won't understand.
And not paying for your funeral is one of my leader styles.
Right. And not paying for the funeral is one of your leader styles, so don't pay for the funeral. So,
but they're saying it like Puff.
Because I
Puff
need to
is
be
supposed.
firm that all y'all niggas ain't
Man,
gonna be
pay
coming
for
to
that.
me.
Man. I'm not paying for that man.
Y'all ain't
funeral,
coming to
man.
me to pay for this shit.
How many funerals have you paid for in your life?
I've paid for Whoa, a few.
Right.
I had friends that died, and
Right.
don't forget.
Right.
Prior
Hold
to
on,
this,
stop,
art,
stop.
hold
They
on,
were
wait a
friends.
second. Hold on, because you just asked me this, so now I have to say it because you put me in my trauma zone now. Don't forget, I owned a store before. So when my friends was dying, guess who their parents was coming to? Oh, let's go to Kenny. He hung up there with Kenny at the store, and they knew I was making money at the store, and I had to pay for these. I had to help with these fucking
Did they
funerals.
put money in your pocket?
When my family was dying, my cousins and them was dying.
You
I
paid
had,
for the
I
funeral.
had I had people that used to come to me, oh, because Kenny owned a store. He
Right.
can help pay for this
Did
shit.
you pay for the funeral?
Yes.
Right. So now you're
Is it-
saying at this stage you're at Puffy's you're
No,
at
no.
Puffy's level and you're not
I
going
did
to
that
pay.
off of guilt. I did that off of, but as a business, that didn't have nothing to do with business. These people didn't work for me. These people were my friends and my family.
So you're
We're
saying
talking
that Black
about
Rob,
business.
Black Rob and Puffy weren't friends at no point.
No,
I don't
well,
know
they,
this to be- I
they
can't
weren't
talk on it
friends
'cause I
before
don't know.
business, though.
Huh?
They weren't friends before business,
Black
though.
Rob
They're
had
not.
one fucking song.
He made 6, but still, one
Six-
just happened to hit.
six
but at
songs.
the same,
He had a whole
at,
album.
At the same time,
He was-
Puffy is
he
not
was Bad
responsible.
Boys
If Puffy
DMX.
chooses, if Puffy
Man, Meek
Puffy
said it
chooses
best.
to pay for his services out of the kindness of his heart, then so be it.
Well, I'm not
But
telling Puffy to do it. I'm
there-
just
no,
saying
but
there's nothing wrong
the
with him doing
media
it.
is saying
Absolutely,
that
he
Puffy
should.
should pay for it. No,
Absolutely.
he should not pay for it. If
You
that's
don't know
the
what
case,
Puffy's
if
finances
that's the
is going
case,
through.
Oh, nigga, he's a billionaire.
Wait,
Ain't
what?
nobody
You don't,
trying to-
no. See, we just say that. And hold
nah,
on, wait a
I
second.
ain't going to agree with
No,
you on
listen
that
to this.
shit.
Listen to this. Hold on. Listen why I'm going to say this
Y'all
to you, though.
niggas, man, y'all make excuses.
Guess what?
It's
What
not
did-
an
hold on,
excuse.
I'm not making no
paying for his
excuses.
funeral.
Guess what? Y'all niggas ain't know Ocho Cinco was broke until he got on the air and said it.
I knew the nigga was
Niggas
broke.
didn't know Terrell Owens was broke
Why
until
not?
he did a show. and y'all seen
Mismanagement
him.
of funds.
Oh, hold
So,
on.
exactly.
What were we going
I
to talk
don't
about
know-
today?
I don't
Proper
know who's
investment
proper
and
investment
money management.
How do you
So
know
guess what?
anybody that's mismanaging their funds?
Guess-
You don't know who the fuck is mismanaging
You
their
think
own
that
funds.
Wendy Williams wouldn't tell that Puffy was broke if Puffy was
She don't
broke?
know Puffy's bank
She
account.
hate Puffy. She hates Puffy. You
don't
hear
know
me?
his personal
She'd be like,
bank
"Woo,
account."
child, let me tell you, Puffy blew $100,000 over the
On
weekend."
time out. Just 2 years ago, we were saying Kanye was broke,
And look at him.
and now he's worth $3 billion.
He's in the Forbes billionaire.
6.6.
He's in Forbes magazine.
Now he's worth.
6.6.
Well, I'm saying that Yeezys is worth $3 billion. So that's what I'm gonna count on because that's
Guaranteed
guaranteed by
money.
Adidas. You know what I'm saying?
He's
Like,
not
that's
responsible
sneaker
with
money.
him.
That's his money.
If he did it, it would have to be out of the kindness of his heart. He's not obligated to pay for the funeral nor go to it.
If I'm-
That's how I feel.
Yeah, if I'm-
It's nowhere in the world
I'm
you're going to
Puffy,
say,
I'm paying for everybody's funeral. I'm paying for Craig Mack's funeral. I'm paying for Biggie's funeral. I'm paying for Black Rob's
me tell
funeral.
you.
I'm paying for Mason's
Why?
funeral.
And then I'ma be paying for funerals for the rest of my life.
Because they're my artists. And
no, they
made me
were
who
my
I
artists,
am.
bro. I paid them while they worked for
He
me.
wouldn't- if he didn't have
McDonald's
them-
ain't paying your salary after you
I
leave.
didn't
I'm
make-
not
I
paying for
didn't-
no funerals after they die and they know. Now, if they still work for me, if they still work
Dog,
under
I'm your artist.
Bad
So when
Boy,
die,
I would pay.
When I die, if you don't pay for my funeral, because I'm your artist, literally. So when you don't pay for my funeral,
Yeah, like just
you'll
you.
pay.
But
I
you
swear
are,
to God, I'm
I'm
gonna have some
coming for
goons
you.
come for
That's
you.
it.
And I'm gonna have physical goons come for you. I'm gonna have it in my will.
Who?
Pierre don't pay for my funeral. I'm his artist.
That's
He
it.
talked all that shit
People
on the
feel
show.
entitled.
If I have the money
Pay
to
for
pay,
the-
if I have the money,
No,
to
no,
y'all
no,
can't
no.
do that. Y'all
We're-
can't- y'all
we're
can't
assuming
talk-
that
we
Puffy
talking
got the
about
money.
Puffy. You're talking about Puffy.
We're assuming that Puffy
You
got the
saying Puffy's broke?
No, I'm not saying that Puffy's broke. I'm saying that
There
Puffy is
no
not
assump-
obligated.
There is no assumption.
No, you
there
don't
is no
know what
assumption
that man
without
has. Can you stop doing that as an intelligent person, right? They thought OJ had money. They thought Mike Tyson had money when he was broke. They thought fucking what's the dancing nigga? When MC Hammer was clearing $100 million. Until he told y'all he was broke and filed for bankruptcy, y'all still thought Mike.
Why was MC Hammer broke?
Because he paid his fucking
Because
dancers.
he said you
Right.
can't
He
touch
employed
this.
everybody.
Right. He employed everybody. And guess what? He got raped by. So this is what they're
All
trying.
them people that
this
he
is what they're-
employed
this is what
thought
Master
that-
P
thought that
says.
Mike-
This is
thought
what
that
Master
MC
P
Hammer had
said
money,
after
right?
DMX died. That
Biggie was still on Bad Boy when he
Rappers-
died, and his mom didn't want anything from them at first.
rappers need a union. Rappers.
Oh, they need a union?
Yeah, any entertainment like
They-
actors.
so-
Actors have the best union in the world. Actors,
So they
actors have
need
the
a
best.
union.
You go on to star in a real commercial, paid for by the best union in the. I'm talking about you don't have to pay for nothing.
Sports players need a union.
Like everybody.
You see all them broke football
But
players?
guess what? guess why actors have the best union? Because most of them are white. So guess what? All these white people gonna stick together to make sure everything gets taken care of. There's no ifs, ands, or buts in this situation. Most rappers, most hip hop artists, most pop artists, they're not taken care of by their record label. If I was once signed to you, the record label could say, all right, yeah, guess what? I'm sure they had an insurance policy out on your ass. He'd be a fool if he didn't. He'd be a fool if he not still paying that $20, $30 premium on that insurance.
Now, if
for
he
Black
had,
Rob.
he didn't have an insurance policy on Black Rob.
I got
This nigga gonna have a fish fry tomorrow.
Yo, if he wasn't Black Rob,
If he wasn't
definitely
Black
had
Rob,
one.
he would be having a fish fry. If you don't have life insurance,
That's
the
low.
companies that have life insurance on you, once you leave their company, you no longer have life insurance. Because if that's the case, you work for Wawa, they offer you life insurance. When you work for Walmart, they offer you life insurance. Target, banks, anywhere you work, they offer you life insurance and you split the the policy with them 50-50. Now, mind you, at some point in time, instead of you paying the whole maybe $23, you pay 50% of that and they take it out of your check while they cover the other 50%. But once you leave that job, that policy is done.
Shit, sometimes, and even with the life insurance policy, them big companies, I watched my sister, man, when my mom passed away, man, my mom was working, motherfucker, for Kimberly Clark. Them pussies ain't want to fucking pay what they were supposed to pay. You feel me? Out of her pension and all that life insurance shit.
You gotta
I
take
seen
it.
done.
Take time. It
Them
takes
niggas
time.
That shit's
They're-
ruthless.
I don't think Puffy is responsible for paying for the service solely because their job together had been done.
Damn,
Right,
dog, he
Mike, so
paid
they-
for his
they
video
are
when he came down on
absolutely-
the 18-wheeler. What else you want him to pay for?
I mean,
He paid
fish
for the
fries is
video.
not paying no.
Yeah, they definitely
jumped, it was
different,
fire.
Man, listen.
Right, they definitely different.
How we different?
Because this isn't a statement that's saying Puffy doesn't want to pay for his funeral or does want to pay for his funeral,
You're
or
saying he
Puffy doesn't
should.
have the cash to pay for his funeral, or Puffy at any point during the contract of Black Rob didn't thinking for himself. Money makes money. I'm going to insure. I'm put a life insurance policy against you. There is no way in hell he don't still have that life insurance policy. He's not a dumb black businessman to sit there and say,
How long ago
let
did
me
Black
finish.
Rob leave?
Let me finish. How long? It doesn't matter.
How long ago did he leave Bad Boy? Because we need to know that he wasn't
Oh,
the
so
strong
wait a
black
minute. Hold on, wait
businessman
a
that he
second.
is today.
So you're
So
saying-
how Puffy
So you're
wasn't?
saying that if Puffy had a life insurance policy on him, he's obligated to pay?
It's a life insurance policy.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Now hold on.
telling you this right now,
Hold on,
right?
excuse me.
ain't
I would like to interject. I know people who have life
Life
insurance
insurance
policies
policies on
and don't
other
speak
people.
up and say, I got a policy when they die. They will pocket that motherfucking money as fast as they in the ground and never once told you that they had a policy.
because-
they will lie and say the policy lapsed.
like it-
They say
you-
all
you
kinds
like
of
it-
stuff. It's some
you
very
like it
ruthless
stop.
people out here.
So we
But I
used to
will
get
say
fucked.
this.
Stop.
So you're used to getting fucked.
No, I'm not.
You're used to getting fucked.
No,
What I'm telling
I'm
you
not
is
because
you're
I
like,
hope
stop.
I hope that the people that I have
I
around
can go
me.
get life
Y'all
insurance
can't
on
talk
you
at the
right
same
now.
time. We can't talk at the same time.
I was
That's how
talking.
we
Y'all
talk.
just want to
Right.
keep
I don't
going.
give a fuck about
we
nothing.
can't
She
talk
wanted me
over
back
each other.
here.
I'm glad you're back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Anywho, I don't think that Puffy should be responsible for paying for Black Rob's funeral. If he chooses to do it out of the kindness of his heart, he should. If he has life insurance on him, he should. But most don't. So we can't say that just because he had a life insurance policy, he's going to pay it. We've seen people time and time again here in Chester have life insurance on people and never utter a word. They wait for them to be dead, wait for the funeral to be paid for by the friends and the fish fries, and then they come through with a new car. How did they just get a new car? Oh, child, you know she had that life insurance policy over there on him. That shit is crazy. People are selfish when it comes to money and death. It's two of the most craziest things to combine. People get so selfish when people die and there's money in play to be spent or to be getting, that they really turn into something different. They get vicious on you. He left it for me. It's mine. It was mine. I'm entitled to it. I paid into this policy. You didn't, so you shouldn't get it.
I just say, would we consider Puffy to be someone that benefited off Black Rob's success in rap
Absolutely.
just as much as?
Hold
Black
on, but
Cole?
would we consider Black Rob to be somebody who
But
benefited
just-
off of Black Rob's
but just as-
success in rap?
just as much?
Did he benefit too?
Yes, he did.
So why didn't he make better decisions with his money along the way?
Because just like Puffy knew when he
Because he
signed-
had this bad bitch uptown, she was whoa.
right. Puffy knew when he signed him the kind of man that he was. Puffy knew when he signed
Did
him
he
the
really?
type of.
He seen a hungry man standing before him.
responsible for all that?
That's crazy. That don't make
So you're
sense.
saying Puffy's slow,
It's your job as an adult to handle your business, no one else.
right? And then when
Period,
you, then when
poo.
you need
One life
someone
in
else
this
to
joint.
help you handle your business, then it's ain't nobody helping me handle my business.
When you need somebody else to help you handle your business, I kind of sort of think Black Rob waited too late before he started to cry out to the community and to the world. I kind of sort of believe that once he got really, really sick is when he started to notate that he was homeless. He had nowhere to go. He barely could eat this, that, and the third. He needed a kidney. He waited too late. And then he started to harp on the fact that he was Black Rob. Nigga, you was running around here for years. You ain't have a conversation about Puffy wishing well or nothing.
Can I live? It's enough base for all of us. Can I live?
Just bust out. Thank you, Mike.
I'm letting you know that's the lifestyle a lot of niggas from the 70s and the 80s is living right now. Niggas that was born in the 70s and the 80s and they still hustlers and they running around trying to sell weed and sell coke. Them niggas homeless.
That's where I'm
Them
at.
niggas jumping from
$15,000 ain't that bad. So I'm just saying he should do it. I'm not saying he's obligated to do it. I'm not saying he's a bad man if he doesn't do it. I'm just saying at some point we understand that you made money off of him. Did you make more than $15,000? Absolutely. So can you kick up $15,000?
No, I cannot. It's
That's
not my
you.
job.
That's you.
I'm saying
Because
this
I'm
on
a
behalf
smart
of Puffy.
business
It's not.
person
It's
and
not.
I'm handling my
Yeah.
finances
It's not.
good.
It's not. Puffy shouldn't do it. I don't think that he should do it. If he does it, it should be out of the kindness of his heart. If he does it, it's because he has morals and standards, and he knows that at any
It's
point
okay
in
to
time
do the
he can
right
say-
thing, right, Maisha?
It is okay to do the right thing, but why does that have to be the right thing? Because I made the better business decision.
Because you're in a better position.
Maybe the right thing for
Okay,
him to
you
do.
know how
person-
many
the
people
person
under
in a-
Bad Boy who are not in the position that Puffy is, who were under Bad Boy who are not in, so he's responsible for every last one of them. That's bullshit.
Let him just go around and make sure everybody ain't home.
Give me a job at your company, so when you make it and I'm still in Chester
Did you
struggling,
make her
you're
money?
gonna pay for.
Did you
yes,
make her money?
yes, I
How
want a
did you
job.
make her money?
Because I'm gonna sell her shit
How are you selling her shit?
the same way she does it, outfit at a time.
That's clothes. That's not rap.
I don't care. Black Rob was rapping. He made
That
one
was his-
song.
that was Black Rob's
He
creation.
made one
Black
song,
Rob wrote
but
that, not Puffy.
what did Kenny say? What did Kenny say? When Black Rob went on tour, his
Again, he's
concert
not
money was
obligated.
his money.
Are we fussing over the obligation? I'm not saying he's obligated.
No, we're not fussing over the obligation. I don't think-
morally,
Morally, fuck no.
Man, go to the
Morally,
funeral and sit
I
on the
gotta
front.
morally, I have a responsibility
So, hold on.
to make
Who
sure
pay-
my bank account is right for my fucking family. Not for some nigga
who
that worked for me.
who paid for
this is why we can't stick together. Because
Hold
I'm
on,
saying
what's her
morally,
name?
morally
Who-
is from
what's-
the inside, from his fucking heart.
What's
It's
the-
morally.
what's
That's
the-
it. Not obligated.
paid for Whitney
Obligated is
Houston
what you're
funeral?
talking about. He has to do it. I'm
Excuse
saying
me.
morally from his heart. He can't
Excuse
be a good
me.
man and say, "I'm a Kenny."
He
Ken,
could.
if you passed away, I will put money up
Thanks, Mom.
for your funeral. I'm not obligated
You're
to
not
do that.
obligated, and it ain't gotta be a moral thing for you.
It would
if,
be.
If I'm
It
not a
would
man
be.
enough to make sure that I'm
Can-
situated right now after living all these years on this planet and seeing what happens to people's families, having experiences myself of what happened to my family.
Absolutely.
Can I
that's
ask a
on
question?
me.
Who paid for Whitney Houston funeral?
The white dude that had her underneath of it. You want to look it up? You can
Yeah,
look it
please look it up. I
Davis?
just need to know
Clyde
if her,
Davis?
Clyde
up. Yeah,
Davis.
Clive Davis.
She didn't pay for her own funeral with her own life insurance. Her daughter paid for it with her life insurance policy.
I don't know. Like you asked me, I'm saying Clive Davis.
Who paid? What's the other day's name? Was it Aretha Franklin? Who died? Which one of them died?
Who paid for Michael Jackson's funeral?
Mike paid for it.
I just
Who paid for Prince's funeral? I just need to know if their record labels paid for their funeral after they died, knowing they were long gone from them. Who paid for their funerals? Why is he obligated to pay? Why are the news and the media putting out there that Puffy should come up off his pockets and pay for these funerals? I just need to know because Whitney was bad off, man. She had on bad wigs and everything. You know, nobody got nothing to say. Oh, all
I
right.
feel like I was just looking at something. Listen.
Let me tell y'all something.
So Clive Davis was paying majority of Whitney Houston's bills before she died.
Because he probably got her hooked on that shit.
Davis has faced scrutiny for the proceedings with the pre-Grammy
She
party at
probably
the
got
hotel last
Davis.
Saturday.
Davis probably got her hooked
Did
on
he
that
pay
shit.
for Craig Mack's funeral?
Right.
Wait, Craig Mack died?
Yeah, Craig Mack died.
Did he pay for Craig Mack's funeral?
Yeah, Houston passed. Like he gave money, right? But nah, he didn't pay for it. Clive Davis didn't pay for it.
Nobody of it was business. Nobody is paying for their
I think
funeral.
she had an insurance policy.
They all should have had insurance policies, bro. They needed to insure their money, their property, their businesses, all kinds of things, their selves. Like, why would you die? Listen, did Puffy pay for Craig Mack's funeral? No.
Here comes the brand new flavor, and yeah.
Greg Mack died last year.
Yeah.
But he didn't pay for it. Whitney brother got her hooked on crack.
It's sad that
But at the same time, did who pay for the funeral though?
it's sad that in this world that if you become successful,
You owe the hood.
you owe everybody. Meek Mill said it the best though. Meek Mill said people kept coming to him trying to borrow money and being like, "Yo, you changed."
I mean, that's how it
And
happened.
he said,
that's how it
and
happened.
his response was, "I didn't change.
You did."
He said, "When I was struggling, you never asked
You
to borrow
never
fucking
asked
money from
nothing.
me. You never ever came to me for 18 years of my life. You never walked up to me and asked to borrow money.
Deers don't eat flesh.
But now
They eat grass.
I'm making money and you asked me for money. I didn't change. You
Let's
changed."
cut my body up and feed the deer.
Yeah, just wash me up, man. Wrap me up and throw me in the dirt. Just that simple.
Don't even wash me. Don't.
You got to be washed.
Don't use my water.
You got to be washed.
That's another bill.
You got to be washed.
I would like an Islamic funeral.
Yeah. I ain't got time for all that cash.
Cremate me. You ain't got to wash me then.
Don't
Just
burn
put
my
it,
body.
Don't burn
just
me.
put,
burn
just
me.
put it
I'm
all,
good.
put it all
Just
on
my
the
luck is
incinerator and
still
shut
part
the
of
door.
my body. It's still part of my brain is still working when you do that
don't
shit.
burn me the fuck up.
No, don't
I'm
burn
good.
me. How about you just
Well, that's good for y'all. I would like to be
bury
cremated.
me like the Egyptians got buried?
Cremate me. I'm good with that. I
don't wanna
As a
be-
matter of fact, when they come to pick my body up
I don't
from
wanna- I don't
wherever
want no
I
autopsy
finally
ran
close
on
my
me.
eyes and take my last breath, take me straight to the crematory. Don't allow anyone to see me. Remember me as I was. Take me straight to the crematory
wrote this in
and
your
cremate
will?
me.
Is this in your will?
It's written. My sister knows what to do if I check. I think they tried to kill me.
Depending
over
on
the
the
weekend.
depending on the type of money I got, can you do me like them Asian emperors? Like kill all my friends and put them down there with me too.
Yeah, just cremate me.
You
Don't
seen them joints before?
To-
Like if an Asian emperor died, like they took all his soldiers had to commit suicide, and like they put.
And
him
now
in
he the
grave
only
with
one
him.
going to heaven. The rest of them going to hell because
No,
they
and then they
committed
got to put
suicide.
the horses, everything got to get put down there, like in their tomb. Yeah, I want all of y'all niggas with me.
And they going to hell, bro.
Why did
All the
not
who? All the who niggas with you?
all my squad? I need you to be there.
Our relationship
Sam
just
sure ain't gonna be
ended.
there.
Our relationship just ended
Radio
today.
station.
Kenny is crazy.
Like, oh, you fuck with Kenny?
All my
Fuck no.
favorite-
Listen, that was the
Will
past
say, all
past.
y'all niggas gotta go with him. Yeah, I need all y'all niggas.
I want
Put
to
them all in my
be.
tomb.
I want to be cremated. I don't want all of that people standing over top of me, saying all the things they could have said to me while I was here. All of the people coming and breathing in the air. No, just send me to the crematory, cremate me, put my ashes in the urn, and I'm gonna leave a note after like 5 years to let you know where I want to be spread at. But outside of that, I don't want no service. That's too much fucking money making somebody else rich. If it wasn't for the fact that I would like the old style where you could just bury me out back, I wish that was possible.
No, I want to do what people say they can't do. I want you to take whatever house I live in and turn it into a funeral.
mausoleum.
A mausoleum. And I want at my funeral, I want the U-Haul to pull up behind me. You know how they say, I never seen a funeral with a U-Haul behind it. My funeral, make sure it's a U-Haul there, okay? I want you to bring all the
All of
I'm
that-
a driver you all in your funeral.
The- your-
Be
there
an old
goes-
ass man, 80 years old, driving that U-Haul.
I just feel like people have to have proper planning for things like this so that there's no misunderstandings. Because I remember while burying my father, something was said, and my brother looked and was like, "What?" And it was unbelievable. It wasn't written, but we didn't have any say. So we had to go with what was said at the time and believe that that person had the best interest at heart. Lo and behold, later on you find out that person was very selfish, and that's what happened. However, write down your shit, make sure it's written and is notarized so that nobody can overturn what you said and nobody can say, oh, you changed your mind later on down the line.
Yeah, do not resuscitate if it looks. I don't want no plugs in me. I don't want to be on no life support. If my body can't handle it, it's time for me to go. Let me go. I don't want no autopsy. I don't want none of that stuff.
When my mom's husband passed away, he had a DNR, but I couldn't allow them to take him off the machine before my little brother got there.
Right.
So I'm like, just keep him for 24 more hours. Somebody else came in there and said, she's not even his daughter. She don't even get no say so. I'm telling you, when death come to play.
God, and they took him off the machine?
No, they came in and told me I wasn't allowed back in. I said, I'm going to trump the shit out of this lady. Don't y'all touch that machine. I'll be right back. Mom, get the closure right now. This lady in here saying that I'm not his daughter. She said X, Y, and Z, blah, 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 blah. She walked in, she said, whatever she say goes. She can leave. I said, sweetheart, you got to sit in the parking lot now because at this point, I've never even seen you. But you're not going to just say my brother doesn't get to see his dad before we leave.
Right.
So no, She like, cause I know people who did X, Y, and Z. Sweetheart, go on about your business. Like she really embarrassed me on the 4th floor of Crozier ICU ward. If your paperwork is not in order, if you do not have it written as to what you want, the only thing that the hospital will follow is the DNR. And the only reason why they put him on the machine was because they shouldn't have let him leave with me. They should have transported him in an ambulance and they put him in my car. So they had to like try to work on him because it was their fault. So when my brother came back from his trip and came to the hospital, now you can take him off this machine because he doesn't want anybody to see him this way. My brother gets to make the decision, and he looked at me and said, what I'm supposed to do? I said, you gotta let him go. He doesn't have any brain activity. He has to go. And so because it wasn't written, it was like, she don't get to make decisions. He's married. My mother gets to make the decisions.
Put your face back on the screen, first off. Number 2, if they put me on a machine, Pierre, I need you to do me a favor, okay?
Oh, God.
You gonna do it?
No. Don't agree to it yet.
Morally.
You got to explain it to me first.
I want you to come in, right, with canvases and paint. And at nighttime, when ain't nobody there, just throw paint on the canvas. And in the morning time, like, man, he painted that shit last night. He was up last night painting that shit. Yo, y'all gonna be rich, dog. Like, put the paint on my fingers and shit. You sit there like, man, listen to me. I just came in. You gotta walk out the room and then like come in when the doctors come in the morning. Like, what the fuck? Right. And then be paint all on my hands and shit. Did this nigga do this shit last night?
He's still alive.
He getting up in the middle of the night doing masterpiece. Now I'm just saying, like when you get, we are at the age now where we have to be way more responsible.
Yes,
because
we do.
we're dying younger with no responsibility of the burial. So get to the point now where number one, you have life insurance and a living will. A living will is very, very, very important. It's not just about your assets, it's about your home going. So what you say is what goes. And if you choose to change it as the years go on, you can keep going back and doing it over and over again. You can change it as many times as you want, as long as it's properly changed. Huh?
Chester Bourne. I hope
Chester
that
Bourne?
I don't want to name where I die at, but if I do pass away, when my homecoming comes, I want it to be in like New Orleans. Cause I want
the band and everything. My mom said send Kenny back to where he came from.
Chester niggas, y'all be all sad. Y'all be eating macaroni and shit. Like, don't eat now. Like, go get a fifth.
Listen, have a party for me. I am dead serious, but cremate
What's them
me.
bulls? Yo, Pierre, even though I'm gonna have a janaza joint, put a fake body in one of them caskets and let them African bulls come. Put me on the shoulders.
Just do an empty casket.
Yeah.
Why you putting a fake body? Just do an empty casket.
Put somebody's body in there. Just like one of my friends sitting there.
Let the motherfucker lift it up and come
Like they jumping out of a cake.
Right.
No. Yeah, because you see me in the front. Oh my God.
Why Did I Get Married Too last night?
Mm-hmm.
When Janet Jackson pulled up with the fake with the cake and had the gay guy jump out of the joint. I said, damn, at his company. That's sad.
Listen.
Yo, all right. Only thing we need to talk about if we talk about TV shows is that Franklin Saint is my hero.
Oh.
You watching Snowfall?
Yes, he's watching Snowfall.
Snowfall, the shit.
It'd be so crazy. He'd be like, I gotta go. I gotta watch Snowfall like right now. Watch this.
Do you feel like you're back in the days when you were in the
Hello?
in the mix?
Mr. Van, didn't I tell you to stop calling me that Cheeks dropped out? He quit. I don't have nothing to do with that. You're going to have to call his phone.
Okay. All right, I got you.
I'll get with him right now. All right.
What just happened? Your son dropped out of school?
Nah, one time the teacher kept calling me. He kept calling back to back. I said, listen, call his phone. If he ain't in class, that's on him. You keep calling me like I'm supposed to do something.
Fuck Cheeks up for not going to school.
Period, Pooh.
You his mom.
Listen, I told them stop calling me. Because, listen, after Kai sent her resignation letter from school, I said, y'all had no reason to call me no more. This was last year. But no, I'll go home and get on him. He must can't get on because I took their phones.
Let's talk about that.
Hmm?
We just talked about that.
Yeah, but he got his laptop. So he must can't get on. I don't know. Nonetheless, make sure you have all of your paperwork in order before you expire. Do you think that expire is a bad word? Because that's what they use at expired at time of death, 11/23.
I just want you to put certain parts of my body and preserve it.
Don't let people get home health care from the state or going to old folks' home from the state. If they have assets.
You will lose them.
You will lose them. Clear out everything before 5 years. Have a will, etc. Insurance in place.
Yeah, definitely make sure you have like a will, a living will. We think that we are so young, and people were saying that I learned how to do wills when I was like 27 years old because I was working with the Muslim brothers, and they were needing them to go back and forth overseas. So they would do power of attorney paperwork plus a living will, leaving their assets in the United States to people that was here and whatever they had over there. So we would sit down and we would do this paperwork, and I never understood the importance of it until one of them didn't come back. So the power of attorney paperwork allowed them. Good morning, cousin. You late, but you on time, bro. So the power of attorney paperwork puts somebody in control when you can't speak for yourself. So if you have a business and you left the country, you're supposed to leave a power of attorney so that they can speak for you while you're gone. So when your bills are due, they take care of that. When lawsuits come up, they take care of that. They speak as if they're you. You're supposed to pick somebody who has the right interest in you to do so. So I was doing this paperwork for them, and at first I didn't get it. I'm like, man, but when that one brother didn't come back, and the people here handled his business for his kids and his wife as if it was their own, it shed a different light on me. And they were like, see, this is why, because he went over there, he died while he was there, he didn't come back, but his business still goes on here. And the business over there, it was somebody over there that handles that, because it's different laws and different rules. So they still run his store, they still do all kinds of stuff for him here. And then when they come here from over there, the businesses and things that they have over there, it can't be ran from here. So the people over there have power of attorney paperwork too. This paperwork is very important. Power of attorney, wills, understanding and word of mouth is no longer valuable. If you can record a will. You don't have to necessarily go pay somebody to do whatever. Your last will and testament, as long as you say, this is my last will and testament in the beginning of the video, and then when you end the video, you say, again, this is my last will and testament, this is this date, hey, make sure it's time stamped and everything. That can uphold in court. So if someone says, oh.
What if you sell nickel bags of weed?
I don't think you should want to do that. No.
Yeah, so I want my last quarter pound that I had to go to my nephew. He can
You
distribute
know what, Frank? You know what, Frank? You need to watch that show too.
That's what I said. Do you feel like you're reliving, like
What, Franklin Saint's life?
yeah?
No,
your
not
life.
Franklin.
Your life.
No, I was talking about Frank from
No, Franklin knew.
It's the white
Grand
show.
Theft Auto?
No, the white show. What's the white show, y'all? And the dad named Frank. Go ahead, keep going. I'm gonna think of it.
I don't think I could relive Franklin Saint's
I'm
life.
saying your life when you were.
I didn't know no CIA members.
Oh, they definitely will come for the power of attorney when it comes to that money. Money, when I say I have never in my life known money to be like, when my grandmother passed away, that's the oldest person I saw that passed away. And despite the fact that she didn't have much, she had like a couple dollars saved up, but it wasn't an argument between her children.
My great grandmother.
Oh my
She
God,
had all-
money?
She had money. You know, she was the secretary for Jack Nicrelli,
Yeah.
and you know he
Oh, was she?
right. Right. You feel me? So
Okay, Granny.
she passed away. She had a couple dollars
Yeah.
to watch my family fight over
Listen.
that money.
And the accusations that come after someone passes away and
Family ain't
all
been
of this
the same
stuff.
since.
Family will be, my family is destroyed with death.
With money.
Not all of them.
Not death.
No,
Not all of them.
bro,
Not death per se.
Listen.
Let's say if that person has a lot of money, then people want the money. If the person
They can
doesn't
assume
have,
that it's a lot of money.
they can assume that it's a lot of money. If it's a couple $100,000, like
I lost- listen
that's
to me.
more money than they currently have. So you know, people break up and go different, and people take this person's side and people take that person's side. But death overall can shake a family up if the people in the family aren't stable.
Ain't
or-
stable. Yeah, you gotta say it that way.
No,
Or people in the
it
family
don't
aren't
matter.
Stable.
They can portray to be stable though. It's this. When someone dies that has always taken care of the family looks at it like, okay, this person had X, Y, and Z. The moment X, Y, and Z is not left to a particular person, it becomes a fight. When it's time to pay these bills and things like that, it becomes a fight. Well, she got all the money.
listen.
Well, he left him everything. Well, she left her everything. And they start to bicker and like bash one another so bad. But you know what? I don't know if it's a mourning process, if that's their grieving stage or what, but it's so bad. It's so evil. I have never, ever experienced anything like I experienced in 2020.
When I was younger and my parents passed away, my sister is like my father. She's really, really, really strong, and she's ignorant. She'll be ignorant as a motherfucker.
That's my
right?
brother. That's my brother.
So listen, my sister, she did this. I never forget it. When my father passed away, then my mom. And my father paid everybody's bills, not just my house bills. He paid for my aunts and them stuff on both sides of the family, and his friends, and people's houses would burn down. He would give them money. He was, he paid for a lot of, man, he worked his ass off to help everybody. Mm-hmm. Man, my father passed away. My sister said it one time and one time only. Don't y'all motherfuckers come around here. And she handled everything that she thought that my father would handle.
Listen.
And when my mom passed away, she gave the same warning to my family again. Don't fuck with me.
And that's how you really honestly have to be.
And that's it. And if my sister knew in her heart that my mom was going to help somebody with this, she helped them. If she knew my dad helped you with this, she helped them. But if she didn't, if she said, get the fuck out of my face.
Get out my face.
Better run.
When my uncle,
strong with it.
when my aunt passed away, my father, her brothers, and Big Call got together and gave her a good homegoing service. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody, no, we ain't asking nobody for nothing. We got this. So when Big Call passed away, they knew Big Call worked for Lima for X amount of years. They came for my little cousin like, we know you got a check. What's up? We know it's insurance policies out there. What's up? And the money only went to his 2 kids. But they was coming like, oh, she got money. He been on Lima for over 30 years. They was coming hard, sisters and brothers that she hadn't seen since she was probably like 15, 16 years old. They come out the woodworks for a funeral because it's something to be that is given.
I can't wait till my funeral. I'm gonna have them. They gonna read out the whole during my janaza. Listen, he loves his kids. He gives this to his kids. He says this to the baby moms. He says this to the friends.
Can I be the
They
one
not
to
gonna
read
do
that
that.
for you?
They not gonna do that.
I'll
ain't
read
gonna
that
do
part.
it?
They not doing
Can he
that.
read
I'll
that?
do that. I'll
He
read
says
that
this
shit.
to the friends, and he telling his kids, I love y'all. See you on the other side. I'm not leaving anybody anything. Because ain't nobody leave me shit. So get it
I
on
don't
your
want
own.
to leave my kids without nothing. So I am now at the age where I find it important to actually leave them more than my love. I find it important to leave them more than my bills. I find it important. My pop passed away. Bitches was coming around like he was a millionaire. And I'm looking at them like, the fuck? This nigga left me a rack of bills. They run around here telling lies on me, and I'm paying bills for 2 houses? I said, are you serious? For 4 months, I ain't pay shit. You understand what I'm saying? I'm sitting in the middle of a pandemic. I pay absolutely nothing. Nothing.
Can you read the baby mom part? Yeah.
If I feel like I'm sick and I'm dying, I'm a die one time, but not be dead. Because I need to see my own funeral. That's one
Go
of my
ahead.
goals in
Come
life.
to America. He
So
died
if
at
the
his
doc, if the
funeral.
doc be like, yo, you got a week left,
gonna
that
have a
night
funeral?
I'm gonna check and make y'all have a funeral. So I'm gonna sit in the joint.
Go ahead.
Motherfuckers be in there screaming, ah! I'm like, I knew you love me, bitch. I'm gonna get up, scare the shit out of everybody. And then I'm gonna get on the mic, I'm gonna say, but nah,
No.
for
Do
real,
they
y'all.
really love you if they at your funeral acting crazy?
No, they don't.
I think
They
that's all
don't.
for show.
They supposed to rejoice at the funeral,
Oh, they
not at
supposed
the
to be
birth.
happy.
They supposed to be so happy that you finally get to go and not have to deal with these things. Listen, my grandmother told us don't cry and don't let Pastor Gant be her officiant. I swear to goodness, I'm like,
Can
what?
y'all
He
put
said
my
she,
Can't
will
be the officiant.
because he preached too long. So we
Don't-
did
don't
my
preach too
cousin's
long.
funeral, and he preached for an hour and a half. This is no lie. He didn't even know my cousin, but he still preached for an hour and a half. Bethany Baptist Church was jam-packed. My grandmother said 2 things y'all better not do. Cry, because I live my life,
Right.
and let Gant be the officiant, right?
Y'all
So
can
we like,
cry. I just,
what? Like, it don't make sense, right? So when you up there, I'm standing up
I want like a Muslim Christian funeral.
like, a Muslim Christian funeral.
Yeah, I need like part African funeral. So whatever our natural beginning of time routines was, I need that done at the funeral. Whatever they do in Africa.
The Egyptians.
Lord help me.
Yeah, I need that part. I need
Because in Africa, in the villages, when you die, they just buried you right out back.
That's cool.
Out back.
That's cool.
I would
I
like
don't-
that.
You ain't gotta. Please put me out back. Put me in the back of somebody's fucking house. That's how my house. That's how it was down where
Down
my
south.
family
You
from.
can't do that now because
No.
that's being cruel to a corpse.
No,
And
don't put me.
contaminating
the
Put,
land.
put
Right,
me
right,
in my
right.
fucking sister backyard. Don't put me in that fucking graveyard.
Now
where
you
they don't
just
cut the
gonna go up
grass.
there and Sherry
They don't even
backyard.
cut the grass at the fucking graveyard.
That's
put
why
me
I'm
in the
going out to
backyard.
Conkerville. I already bought my plate. my joint. I'm going out to Conkerville.
Listen, but I need the 3 funerals, okay? So do whatever they
cut
did
the
in
grass.
Africa,
Right.
and then I need the Muslim part. I need you just to hurry up, put my body in the ground,
Right.
and I need everybody to pray for me. That's the dopest part of an Islamic funeral. You know, everybody get together and they all pray for you.
Right.
I'm pretty sure them prayers count when you go see the Creator, okay? Like, yo, dog, I had like 1,500 people praying for me.
You gonna have Daddy preach at Nafa T. Williams' funeral?
If that, I will definitely put Daddy
Don't
Daddy at
stop.
Nafa T funeral.
Don't.
Him and Fred.
That's just why I'm not having a funeral now.
Let me see his stomach.
I'm gonna make sure them niggas.
That's why I'm not having a funeral now. Because first of all, don't send that bullshit ass letter.
And then
Don't
can somebody?
no.
Can you get somebody that can sing? Can they sing "Eye of the Sparrow"? Because I want everybody to start crying.
Let
for 1
me
minute.
tell you, at my cousin's funerals, the lady got up there and was singing "Keep Your Eye on the Sparrow, Bro." I said, man, we must all be like really crying. Like she up there, she feeling it. The worst soloist we've ever experienced. My aunt really was like, okay, that's enough.
Yeah, I need somebody with that country swang to sing it for me.
Listen.
Either that or get an oldest person you know to sing it for me.
Pastor Lisa sang at my pop funeral.
Who the oldest person we know in Chester?
I don't know.
Miss Mary.
Miss Mary.
Get Miss Mary to sing at my funeral.
Miss Mary.
One of them people that be like,
No, you got, that's Miss Thelma.
and his
You
eye.
got
I need
Miss-
somebody to sing the words wrong.
Miss Thelma. Bach Avery in there, mom. Miss
Yeah.
Thelma.
I need somebody to-
Y'all
when
know
they
the
sing
lady
the Eye on
with
the
the
Sparrow.
Like, why'd you putting people out there?
That's their mom.
I just need somebody when they sing it and y'all with it at first, and she gonna be like, his eye is on the eagle. I need
No,
one of
that's
them
not
singers.
Miss. You might as well get Moon to sing for you.
Yeah, I need the person that sings the old Negro spirituals, but always was singing the wrong words. I used to love that part of church.
You got Miss
devotion.
Green. You got Miss Thelma.
Yeah, I need-
You got. Oh. Oh.
There you go, right?
I need somebody to be in the background like that.
Why
Talk to him.
should I feel
Go ahead, sing it. Sing it now.
discouraged?
This how they feel. I'm going to hell for this. We going to hell. I promise you. Why?
Still owe me $50. Keep singing now. You better sing your part.
Come.
Well,
Let me see his stomach.
well.
Mister, let me see his stomach standing on the side of the casket.
No,
That's the one. That is the one. Yo, listen.
Damn.
Oh my God, it done got hot in here, yo. Listen.
That's God. He about to
That be the one. Yes, he is. He great smack one of us.
That's all right.
That be the one. Oh Lord, take me. Listen, Bruce Talbot told us he was going to write a book on the funniest episodes at a funeral, and I'm still waiting for his book to come out. I'm not playing. He said some lady came down the aisle, straight down the center aisle, and jumped in the casket. Lord, take me with him. They said, okay, well, we gonna close it up with you in it too. Now you gotta take your pick now. And then he said the families was divided. So, you know, one side of the family sat on one side and the other side sat on the other side. So where was the mistress going to sit? She sat her chair, she brought a chair in with her and sat in the front, in the middle. I'm in between y'all anyway.
I love going to. Oh, go ahead.
Funerals can be so funny.
I like going to funerals of my gangbanger friends. Like
Ooh.
my ex gangbanger friends, and then their mom being there like, he ain't never did nothing to nobody. Why you taking him? I love it. I love it when a nigga done shot like 15 people, but then when we get to the funeral, we be
It's-
like, the
Listen.
reverend get up there and the reverend be like, we here today to talk about Brother Nasir. Brother Nasir was the best community member in the world.
I missed you trying to get me in trouble. He said this when he tagging my pop. Listen, my pop always said I got a black suit, right? He always said this. That was his favorite line. Oh, I got a black suit. Oh yeah, I got a black suit. He had lots of them. I still have them if anybody needs a suit. He had so many black suits that he wore, and he said, and I got new robes too. So he would get up there and he would, you know, do people's eulogies, and he would say, and he was very honest, God is the only person who can forgive you for your sins, so who are we to judge you for what you did? He was very honest about it, right? So when we knew what you did in the streets, you only had the right to ask God for forgiveness, not us. He said, you know, one of these days we all gonna have to stand up there and ask for forgiveness. So right now we're gonna see them in the good light, and that's where I got that. It's always a person on each side that likes the person from either side. So you shot me, your folks love you. I got shot, my folks love me. So, but we can't be the judge on the outside looking in because I don't know what you did, and they don't know what I did to cause me to get shot. So he would get up there and he would say it. So then he would say, in the middle of the thing, he go, nah.
What?
In the middle of
I like.
In the middle of, that's when you know the prayer was getting good. I mean, when the word was getting good, because he go, nah. And then he just keep going, and then the Lord said, nah. That's when the pastor is really getting into it. When Pastor Anderson got up there and Brooksy got up there to speak to my dad, they was gonna get nah. And then we go, nah. And that's how they was thinking, nah. And
When pastors start getting hyped, you gotta watch out because they expect the Holy Spirit. It's like having the force, but sometimes you ain't got the force. I remember I used to go to my mom's church, and you kneel down, and the pastor thought he had the force, and he would walk up to you, and sometimes he would walk up to you while you down there kneeling at the confessional
Is
joint,
that true?
and he'd be like,
And he was
Damn.
hit me for.
what the fuck?
Hit the wrong. You see that? Hit the wrong nigga. You be done hit the pastor back. Motherfucker, what you hit me for?
And then he say like weird
I'm
words to me,
serious,
like
though.
some da 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 da.
They start speaking in
You
tongues.
Jamaican now?
Listen, and when the word is really getting good to them, it's some of them that you can tell that they faking. But when the word is really getting good to them, when Anderson got up there, and Brooksy got up there first. He got up there and he was talking, and he was like, "We're gonna talk about, you know, how we met, and we was at the barbershop and how things went." And he was like, you know, I walked in and I was getting bad, and I was talking to him, and he said, "Mwah." And then Calvin came in, and then, "Mwah." And when I noticed that he was no longer bad and he was Calvin, "Mwah," I started to change. I'm like.
See,
Now
that's
that's
what I'm
some
talking
preaching there. That's it, right? That's it,
Because he
right
got
there.
sound effects.
Listen, and
that
that
was
let
about
you
to become
know.
a preacher.
That let you
You
know.
wanna become a
It's
preacher? We
real
about to
out this
Become a preacher.
joint.
Because I done
both
heard so
become
many
preachers.
brothers say so many things. And when he stops saying those things, we know we got to keep going. Because he is the... No, I ain't
I
doing
remember
The
that.
light.
that time I was on the corner and I heard that gunshot.
Sweat
I
rag
said,
and
Lord.
Yes, listen, and then don't get the ones that every time they say something they go.
No.
I'm telling you, they hit the Bible, because then the word said, and I said, Lord, come to me today, Lord. I need you now, Lord. And that's how they keep going, right? And then the church be like, yes, Lord Jesus. The crowd go crazy. It's all from it's not from the word, because nobody got to hear the middle parts. They only heard the...
What movie was it when he was like,
He done went
helped get
47 times.
Oh my God, I'm
Coming to
not going with
America.
y'all today.
Oh,
See, I'm not going down that rabbit hole with y'all today. Listen, that
Damn,
noise
bro.
got me in.
I just want to, if I
I'm
become a
telling
pastor,
you.
I just want to do confessions.
You needed
What was
that.
that one reverend that
Oh
was
man, he
taking-
done tagged my dad.
What was the joint where they was taking the girls' underwear off? That one reverend got caught. He said, "Cause you got to get the devil. Give me your underwear. Yeah,
You got to get the devil
He-
about
you-
it.
sin all on.
the Chester pastor.
Sin all on this underwear.
All on his underwear.
Listen, if you ever been to a service, whether it's a funeral, church on Sunday, Wednesday
I think this
revival,
Sunday I'm going to the oldest church in Chester just so I can get some.
which one is that?
I don't know, but whichever one.
First Pentecostal?
Whichever one where they do the devotions in the beginning. And
Oh, the
and the
devotion.
ladies sing the song like y'all supposed to all know it. Jesus came
Sign
down
me
in the
up, sign
morning.
me up.
And she be wanting you to sing it
Oh,
with
the
her.
Christian Jubilee.
Yeah, I need one of them churches.
Write my name, write my name. Oh, yes, Lord, yes. And I've been changed, since the Lord has lifted
Sing it,
me.
Sister Ethel.
I wanna be
Ready.
ready when Jesus comes.
And then when you really
And then
listen
they
to
go
it,
to the next song.
Stop. Is these old people getting ready to go to heaven? They was always singing songs
That's ready to go to Jesus.
like ready to go to Jesus songs. Yeah, like, and that kind of scares me when you sit
This
back and think
little
about
light
it.
of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Whoa, this little light of
Sing it, Sister
mine,
Ethel.
I'm gonna let it shine. this little light of mine.
Then Brother Timothy starts
I'm
singing
gonna
with
let it shine.
Well, let it
shine, let it shine, let it
I'm gonna take it from here, Sister
shine.
Ethel. Everywhere I go, Lord,
I'm gonna let it shine.
I said, everywhere I go, oh Lord.
I'm gonna let it shine.
See, that's the type of church I need to go to. I need to go to one of them joints that when by the time collection come, I done pulled out $100 fucking. Like, I needed this spiritual cleansing today.
Lord. Let me tell y'all something. When you get that one song that keep going on and on and on, it go from one song to the next, but it just blend. That's when you know you at a good church. You willing to give the offering and everything. You giving to the.
So is it entertainment of the aspect of the church?
No, I think
no. If you
I
get a
think
good
church plays
pastor,
on spirituality.
and-
Everyone has spirituality in them.
Yeah.
So once they put you on that spiritual roller coaster, you ain't never been to a church that was so good that when the choir sung, right, the reverend was like supposed to preach or something, or the reverend
he
was
just say,
preaching
"Run it back."
and he don't even do the joint. He just go up to the altar and say, anybody need to come up to this altar right now? While they singing in the background, he said, anybody need to come up to this altar because you had a hard week
Yes.
and your life is hurting
Yes.
and you want to give it all to him right now.
Come to me now.
And everybody in the whole
It's the
goddamn
deacons
church
in
walk
the,
up. Yeah.
it's the deacons in the background that's ad-libbing. Lord.
Everybody come up, get on their
Come-
knees.
come to
Everybody
they,
come
Lord.
get behind them.
Listen,
Almost broke your
when
chair.
the deacons
Can't
the
afford that.
deacons start to ad-lib in the back, yes, God. Tell him, Father. Come on, Pastor, bring the word. Let me stop, y'all, because I gotta go back to church.
I'm going to church with you this Sunday.
Listen, Pastor, we have a great pastor. Her name is Pastor
Do they
Lisa.
dance?
Just rocking
no.
like I'm really in church. Yes, yes, I am.
We don't dance. We do have praise dancers at church and things like that, but our choir director, and our pianist is all the same person. So Lisa,
I like them type piano
she
directors.
can play the piano, she can sing, and she can direct the choir. You know that one that every time they playing it,
That one
yeah,
that
bring
was
it
supposed to
up.
get, that one that was supposed to
Bring
get
it
signed
up.
to Motown and then didn't get signed.
Oh man.
Listen, Pastor Lisa has a word that is astronomical. She speaks the word. It's amazing, and I've never really like gravitated to female pastors like her. She brings the word at a time, and you know when the world opens back up, y'all more than welcome to come to the new Temple of Brotherly Love CC Church, 1136 Highland Avenue, now under Pastor Lisa. Yes. So I told her, I said, Pastor, if you just want me to be a part of the congregation, just say it. But Pastor can sing, right? So she get up there and she plays this song. The organ.
Motherfuckers sit there and get all
I can't
hyped.
get it
They be
together.
waiting for it to do this shit.
Yeah, just she.
Go ahead, Lisa.
And then she go.
Take your time.
Take your time.
Take your time.
And then she starts to sing, but you don't expect the boisterousness to come out of her vocals the way it does, because she's this tall. And she starts to sing, and she starts to bring this song to you, and the church never calms down afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
It never calms down afterwards. That's when you know you at a good church. You at a good church.
That's when the reverend stand up and just say, just do the collection line now.
Yeah. Go now with the basket. They gonna give it all. Listen, we got this song at our church. It's called
We
Running
just
for
gonna
Jesus.
close out right now. I just need everybody just to put their heads down.
We got this song is called Running for Jesus, right? And the deacons come up the middle aisle and they go up and they turn around, they come in, running for Jesus. Running for Jesus. And we got this one, the head deacon, he go all the way low to the ground. I'll be looking at him like,
But
Deacon,
he be
you need help?
dancing low?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm coming to your
He
church
get
this
low.
Sunday.
Then Miss Val
we
pop
going
in the
there?
line.
We can wear our suits.
Running for
Suits.
Jesus.
Uncle P can go there.
I ain't got no suit with my hair.
Yeah.
Running.
Pretty P.
I'm going too.
Running for Jesus. They gonna.
We need to
I'm
practice
gonna
a
sit in the
song now.
back. I'm gonna sit in the back.
We need to
That's
practice
it.
a song when they be like, does anyone have a confession or a song they want to give for this week? And me and you gonna get up and sing a song.
What song we gonna sing?
Uh-huh.
What song we gonna sing?
What
I said it's hard out here for a pimp.
and
Trying to get the money
They
for
sing.
the rent.
They sing this song. What a friend we have at Jesus at every church.
They do. They sung it at every church.
At every
Whether
funeral.
Whether it's Baptist,
At every-
Methodist,
yes.
Episcopalian.
Methodist Episcopal.
All sins and griefs to bear.
What?
How about we just get a tape of Nafati singing and put it in front of the microphone? This is our sister. She not able to make it today.
Everything to God in prayer.
You gotta know these type songs if you went to these Negro churches.
You know what I can't stand when you at the funeral and they don't want to pick up the hymn books, but they don't know the words.
I hate
They
when
just,
I hate when they start a hymn song and they be like, everybody turn to page 497, 84, 35 of 7. And then you're trying to find a page and they start the song. You like, hold on, you told me four. What
page is it?
Let's see, 497, 57? 497, anybody hit the page? And then the older people that already knew where the book was.
They already got the page.
They already handed you the book. They like,
Right.
just take mine, baby.
Just take
found
mine.
it
I'll
online.
figure it out.
And I know the song already. Jesus on the main line, tell him what you want. Jesus on the main line. And then they look at you like you supposed to know the words.
What you want. Jesus on. Wait, it's always the one up the front. Like,
Call
oh
him
my
up
God.
and tell him what you want.
oh my God.
You better call him up. Call him up. That's one of those songs that
Tell
last the
him
whole
what
fucking
you
church
want.
service.
That's the devotion song. They be like, okay.
That ain't it.
Oh, that is not it. That is
Yeah, that
not
was the white
it.
version. That was played at Catholic church.
I like this song that start off slow and then they end fast.
Okay, we're going
This how you know the deacon is ready to get up.
So we want everybody in the congregation to walk up to the plates this way and walk out that way. And if you feel in the spirit, you can walk up to the plates a second time.
My mom said John got her laughing so hard she forgot the station. Wait, that's when the deacon is ready to get up. You see her? She be like,
This when your grandma went in her breast. The grandma said, you going up to the collection plate too, little Ronnie. Here you go.
here go your
this.
dollar.
She gave you that sweat money and give one to your brother.
Listen.
Y'all go put that money in that collection plate.
First class ticket to hell.
Yeah, Dante. We
I
definitely
don't know
going
how.
there.
I don't know how. If we talk about-
CMPRadio.net.
If we talk about
It's
God,
the
our records
station.
won't get played, huh?
Are we ready to go?
We ready to go to hell?
Yeah, we ready to go.
No. Let me ask for forgiveness. I don't want to go there.
Yeah, I think I'm.
It must be offering time. That's what you know. And then you turn around and be like, all things come of thee. Oh, Lord.
And I don't know. I never knew this part right there. So at that part, I'm like, dan dun
As
dun.
we give of thee.
And I ain't know the last part either. So when they say amen, I wasn't sure which way to say it. So I'm like, ours are men.
Totally different experience. Check me out. What is it, Corey? Man, that's those old school church motions you have. And you said check out what?
They still asking for money after they have the big.
No, they only
explosion of
have
music.
they only have the one offering now. It's
10
not three.
offerings.
No, it's
for-
one, bro.
Nah, it is not
Hold
no
on,
one
stop,
offering,
stop.
dog. That ain't a real church.
Right, one
That ain't
offering.
Negro church if it's only one offering.
Right, you got the first offer, which is the benefit.
No, this
Yeah.
the building fund.
Tithes and
No,
you got the tithes and
the
offering.
tithes offering
You got
is
the
first.
one
Tithes.
that everybody that's been going to the church,
Right.
that envelope.
That's the tithes.
Right, that's the tithe.
got that joint.
That's
And
the
then
first
you
one.
got the building fund.
Then we got the missionary offering.
And then
Yeah,
the
we got the
pastor.
building fund.
The poor and shut-in offering.
First of all, it's only one it's one offering now.
Man, bro,
it's
no.
not two offerings no more.
I was
If
an usher
you-
at a church. I went around 3
That's
times.
see, this is what Corey is saying with the new age experience.
And
It's
you-
only one
I was an
offering.
usher with you, Pierre.
It's-
You had to watch that plate when you passed. You got the one offering. You just pass the plate through the whole aisle and then get to the other.
Yo,
usher.
put that $5
Yo,
back, motherfucker.
dog. I'm watching you.
Listen, it's one offering now. Well, at my church, it's one offering. You put your tithes in one basket and you give the offering for the guest speaker.
Do the pastor drive a? Hold on. Do the pastor drive an Infiniti?
I'm gonna check it out, Corey.
Does the pastor drive a new Beamer?
No.
That's why he only got one offering. See, if the nigga would have had 5 offerings, he would have that new car on it. That's just how life is. You know, you gotta.
I don't agree with that, but
What you mean? God needs his workers to have nice things.
mobiles. They gotta have nice mobile. Listen, I don't know. Churches. When I was younger, I only went to church to hear the lady of Bethany sing. That's the only reason why I went to church. Because I knew she was going to tear it up. Ooh. Discouraged.
Go ahead. We playing this in the background.
Why they have to take Rodney?
Should the shadow.
Somebody needs to say something about who shot Rodney.
Hey, listen, man. You know they had a mass shooting Friday or Thursday night, killing 8 people in Indianapolis at
Where?
the FedEx building.
Wow. Whatever happened to that school shooting that I sent you?
It disappeared.
It disappeared.
Right, check this out. What is a mass shooting? So CNN considers an incident to be a mass shooting if 4 or more people are shot, wounded, killed, excluding the gunman. Starting March 16th, the U.S. has had at least 45 mass shootings.
Mm-hmm.
All of 2021, 147 mass shootings.
How many of them was black?
So they do have a couple. Right? They have the incident that happened up in Philly at the Golf and Social Drink. They have an incident that happened in Chicago.
But how many? That was only 6 people.
That's more than 4.
Oh, more than 4.
Come on now, pay attention. So in 2020 they had 600 mass shootings. In 2019 they had 417 mass shootings.
How many of them was black?
I don't know, but
I just had to. I gotta keep asking it because you know they.
Getting caught in a mass shooting is getting pretty thin. I mean, pretty like wide.
it's easy.
Yeah,
It's definitely easy.
There's so many of them.
Because you never
in
know.
this state.
You never know, and it's crazy because black people hear a gunshot, they hit the deck and get
They
low and run.
running, right.
White people run to the gunshot.
Not
Oh
no
my
more.
gosh!
you shooting everybody?
Not no
What you
more.
mean?
The
Not no
new
more
thing-
down run?
Man, these new slaves, the new thing to do is pull out your phone. So these younger kids, older black people might have used to run from gunshots. The newer version of these kids is like pop pop. Ooh, hold on, hurry up. Let me go live on Instagram. Get
Did
down.
you see
Get down. Go
was
live.
it last year or the year before last? It was a drive by. I believe it's in North Carolina and on one of their strips, and it was like 16 people had got shot out there. Somebody just rolled down. They went down. They bent the corner, came back. It called a spinning block. They spin the block. They came back. They came back past.
What's
they shot
bent
up
the
a whole
corner?
Turned around.
Yeah, I don't know them young.
Spin the
boys.
block.
Okay, so
All
you
right.
bent the corner.
So they spin the block. They come back around. They go past this whole group of people in this parking lot, and they shoot. And the one boy is like hanging out the car. He was trying to get inside of his car as they came past shooting. And he's like hanging out the car. And you're right. They came right up on him. He's hanging out the car. His brains is hanging out the car.
I don't want to see that picture.
No, I'm not. This is how they are up on him. Oh, man, this nigga dead. Like, he really dead. Like, y'all see this?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
look,
like the new
man.
trend.
Like, he ain't moving or nothing.
I was so proud the other day, and it's bad that I was happy about this. For the first time, when the people was at the carnival, the white boy hit the parent, hit the mom, and knocked over the baby, and everybody jumped up and whipped that nigga ass. I said, thank God.
He hit a parent.
didn't-
He hit the mom with a baby.
I was like, dang, because it's like usually everybody just pull out their phone and they let the shit happen.
Nah, but
This time-
we are in a way now that we want everybody to protect one another. And when I say, and I don't think everybody agree with me, but the younger generation of Caucasian people are learning that they're yelling at their parents like all black people aren't bad. These are new kids. They weren't even around. Like we have to see them for who they are. This is my friend Keisha. And that's it.
Boom, bank, boom.
Oh, that's right, girl. Look who jumped in it first.
Whole community. I don't know. That's just like the little boy that got taunted by the lieutenant the other day, and then they had to bring a whole community there to let that lieutenant know you can't. You ain't just gonna be
Oh yeah, the army guy when the whole
you ain't just gonna
neighborhood
be
came out.
putting your hands on people like.
And yelling at them because they walking in the neighborhood you feel as though you own.
Then they
We
tryna-
talked about that.
they
Talked
tryna
about the lady
concoct
who.
a story about it. Like, nah, he was just walking, and it is
Now
his
he-
neighborhood.
But they
so
said
quick
that
to
was the
talk, you
third
didn't even-
time he had went through something with somebody in the neighborhood over just walking around.
Yeah, I mean, and if you would have looked at the clothes he had on, you could have obviously known he wasn't a gangster. The little black boy, he had like some Vans on.
But it's the skin color. It's not the skin.
Yeah, it's not about the clothes.
They put it on the clothes. Anybody could wear anything, but it's the skin color. He's black. He's not supposed to be in this neighborhood. I've never seen him. I don't know his parents. I don't hang out with black people. So,
But the crazy part is the person who was recording the video was a black girl
it's a black girl,
from that same neighborhood.
right? And she was like, she never seen him before, but she's like, her mom and her aunt seen him before.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Some people just stay in their house. Some people leave in the car. When I lived in Georgia, I only ever seen my neighbors to the left. This is when I'm going in. So I only ever seen the neighbors to the left because they would actually come outside, wash their cars, things like that. But my neighbor to the right would drive down their driveway, husband or wife, drive down their driveway, go in their garage, shut the gate, shut the door, and stay in their house. They didn't come outside and interact with the neighborhood. And then when they left, they did the same exact thing. I could tell you, they had a black Lexus and a Jeep.
You could tell I feel like you could tell when certain people of no color have been raised on white privilege and entitlement. And I feel like that for that situation, that lieutenant and all these Karens that you keep seeing, they show their entitlement in what they say.
Yeah.
They asked the little boy, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm walking. This is my neighborhood." And they
Walking
said, "Well, you
the
keep
light."
walking." You know, like who are you entitled to tell me where to walk at nowadays? Or where I
Sometimes
go
you
at?
just don't even have to say nothing. Just keep on walking and ignore them. I act like I can't hear you. Like if I feel like you saying something rude, and I know in today's age what can happen, I act like I can't hear you. When I was a kid, I really didn't talk back. And when my voice started to open up, it was crazy because then I was seen as disrespectful to adults. But I never talked back as a child. Like from 10 to 15 years old, I didn't speak up and say, no, I didn't do it. I just be like, and then wait to get home and tell my grandmom if I did it or not, or tell my godmom or my mom or my dad, like I didn't do that. They said I did, but I didn't. And they be like, well, why didn't you say that then? And I say, I didn't. I don't know. But it was in fear of me speaking up and actually being seen as wrong. Now everybody think that they have to speak up. They think that you have to watch the movie. It goes with what you're talking about.
Them on Prime Video, it goes just to what you're talking about. So
Oh, everybody
them.
keeps saying watch that film movie.
To me, it sounds like Us.
Oh, that
I'm not
movie.
watching none of that scary shit. I ain't got time.
Yeah,
for it.
Mom, you and Dylan can watch
I'm
that.
by myself. I'm
good,
not in a
bro.
Yeah,
relationship.
because all I watch is Snowfall.
so you ain't
If
got
I ain't
nobody
watching
to
Snowfall,
hold
I
you.
ain't watching nothing.
I ain't got nobody to hold me.
Yeah,
Look
but
at his face.
it's like
If I ain't watching Snowfall, I ain't watching it, dog.
it's like you don't know when you can speak up and when you can't. You don't know who's like actually out there to help you. Just like the video on Instagram, the cops stopped a man walking down the street in was that Philly? That was in Philly? And the guy asked, "What are you stopping him for?" And he was like, "It has nothing to do with you." He said, "Well, I'm gonna stand here until y'all let him
Oh
go."
yeah.
He said, "I'm gonna stand here until y'all let it go." And but mind you, they didn't have a reason to stop him. He was just walking down the street dressed in an all black sweatsuit. They didn't have a reason to stop him. He said, "This is our neighborhood. This is not your neighborhood. We live here." And they were like, "But you're still minding somebody else's business." He said, "No, I'm securing the safety of this
guy
that you stopped for nothing." And he's like, "Do you even know him?" He's like, "No, I don't know him, but this is my neighborhood."
This is in Philly.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's always young bull got pulled over. Like
on,
you
stop.
really got to stop on the side of the road and make sure that they actually get away, like they leave safely.
But you care.
Yeah.
So when I say Puff should care about
No, no, we ain't going back to that. We ain't going back to that. I just want to make sure I don't have to pay for the funeral. How about that? I want to make sure I don't have to pay for the funeral. This is why I stopped.
Yo, shout out, man.
No, I understand. Caring is rare nowadays.
You gotta stop this, Pierre.
Yo, we have to care about each other, bro. If we don't care about each other, nobody's gonna ever care.
You gotta
about
care about yourself
us.
first.
No, we have to care about each other.
No, you
If
have to
my
care about yourself
Listen, there was a
first.
time in your life where you didn't care about yourself, right? There was a time in my life where I didn't care about myself. We have grown past that. Now we care about each other, right? If something happens to
No,
you,
I care about myself enough to care about you.
But if something happens to you, motherfucker, I want to make sure you're good.
When did you start caring about yourself? When did you start caring about yourself?
I started caring about myself when Snowfall came.
This nigga. No, seriously.
I didn't start caring about myself till I went to jail.
Right.
How old were you?
29 years old.
So I told somebody the other day, they told me that we were having a great conversation. You know, my favorite question is, when did you feel like you became an adult? And they willingly said, I didn't become an adult till I was between 29 and 32. Right. I said, I've only ever had one man tell me he became an adult at the age of 21.
Right.
And it was because of his circumstance. So we had to totally agree with him, but to disagree with him. I think he thought that the responsibility part was the becoming of an adult. And he was like, no, he was like, I didn't become
childish decisions. You still fuck up.
I feel like I had my parents died. I had adult responsibilities when I was 20.
Right.
I didn't become a man and care about things until I was in jail.
Right.
I was like 29 years old, and life hit.
Yeah.
Without no bills, life hit. Now, prior to that, I was paying everybody bills and all that other shit, and I had adult responsibilities, but I wasn't an adult.
Yeah,
I wasn't an adult.
I don't think I became an adult as a as a woman. It was late in life. It wasn't until I was 30. I was always mature enough to know what I wanted and how I was going to handle things. I had children early on, so I had to be kind of sort of a responsible person, but I still made the irresponsible decision to still continue to have children when I could barely take care of the ones that I had. Right. So it was like, damn, like I grew up with my oldest daughter, my three oldest. I grew up with them. I didn't know that I'm supposed to be an example for them when I need an example myself. So having a child at 15 and then another one at 19 and then another one at 21, I'm like, damn, like I don't have no freedom, none whatsoever. I can't go and come and go as I please.
It's because it was freaky.
No, it wasn't about that. And then my aunt was like, you can drop them off here. When my aunt said I could drop them off there, man, I was running. But I was running.
You seen that Jocelyn show that they keep reposting?
What did she say about the double homicide?
Because the girl was saying, I'm sorry, it's a bad part. But the girl be like, yeah. She was like, I had 2 abortions. She was like, I aborted twins. And the girl behind her going to say, yeah, that's
a double homicide.
That's a double homicide.
I said, she did. I'm like, what? I didn't catch what they said at first.
You got to just go to
no, I didn't catch
TV.
I seen it.
Jocelyn Hernandez?
Yeah.
This
so
the babe. Oh, she teaching bitches how to be bad
bitches.
Yeah, it's nothing healthy about this show.
Nothing at all. But
so when the girl said,
it.
she said, what did you mean by a double homicide? She was like, she didn't abort early on in the pregnancy. It was well known as to what the sex of these babies were when she got an abortion. And don't get me wrong, I seen people who did it. And I don't judge them for it because that was the decision that they had to make. When you get into this pregnancy, at first you like, yeah, I could do it. I can maintain it. And then you look and you be like, man, I can't do this. When people say they're against abortion, you ain't coughing up no money for no Pampers, no wipes, no milk, no nothing. So you don't get to say if she should have an abortion or not, especially when you're not the one that got to get up at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. If you're not a part of that, you don't get to make the decision and you don't get to judge her for having an abortion. I watched a video of a girl saying I can't judge someone of their sins because I have my own. I committed murder at an early age. And people was like, damn, she killed somebody. No, she had an abortion. She was understanding enough to know that she had an abortion and that was considered murder. But at that time, it was the best thing for her. I've had one. I strongly recommend them if you're not ready to have kids.
Nafati, do you know that you speak like a preacher?
No.
Like you talk like a reverend.
I do not.
Yes, you do.
First of all, no, I don't.
You got 2 people telling you that you.
That's because y'all just want to agree with each other and disagree with me.
Right now, you're talking normal. When you was just
What you
talking
mean? Y'all
about,
was just agreeing with each other and disagreeing with me.
So what? And you sound like a pastor over there.
You get too passionate.
I'll accept
you
that.
get
I was supposed to be a pastor.
You talk like a reverend.
Whatever. But anyway, back to when I ride past them people over there at Crozier out there saying abortion kills and they abortion rights, and I'm thinking, are you even sending these girls anything? Are you making sure that they're financially stable to take care of their kids? I don't think. If it wasn't supposed to be,
we need more prisoners, we need more people committing crime, so don't have an abortion.
Right.
Give your child to me so I can molest him.
No.
And play with him.
No, I don't want none of that.
Most of them jokers, that's what they got in their computers.
I went to a Catholic college. And we had a free forum. Don't tell me we can have an open conversation and then penalize, put me slam out of the class. I wasn't allowed back to the class. We get to talking about abortion. All these little Catholic girls, they scared to death. They 19 years old in college. We are now in our 2nd year. They're 19 years old and they're being told why if they slip up, it's not a mistake because it happened. If they slip up and become pregnant, that they should keep this kid. So I'm looking at them like, what? I'm the oldest person in the class at the moment. And they should keep this kid. I'm not saying that it's for everybody. I'm saying it's an option. And I have to be judged for it and penalized for it when I get to the gates. So the girl was like, well, my sister got pregnant and my mom sent her away. And then she came back, she was no longer pregnant and there was no baby. So basically, she gave the baby up for adoption. This girl has to live with that every single solitary day because it wasn't a decision.
The child is out there.
And she has no clue.
Ends up looking for a mom when she finds out.
And why did you give me away?
Well, I couldn't afford you and I couldn't have you.
Why did my parents told me I had to give it away.
If you have an abortion, the fetus don't come back and ask you, why'd you abort
It said
me?
as long as you name them.
Yo, I know a
Then
chick
it's a gift.
that literally has 6 abortions. Like, literally. And it's like, yo, what the hell? After a while, it's like you doing this for fun.
It's for birth control.
Right.
No, it's birth control. After that, it's
a
for
while,
birth
like
control.
you're doing this for fun. But
But
it's
people
like,
don't.
now she want kids and can't
Can't
have
have none because you done scarred your tissues and you made it so that your uterus is now is inoperable. But people don't want to have these conversations. I promise you, one of my kids came to me. Well, I only got one daughter that ever had a baby. She said, "I don't know if this is a good or a bad thing." And I texted her back and said, "I got $450 for you." And she said, "No, that's not my option." She said, "I want to have my kid." I said, "Okay, well then we got 18 years to go." But I do give you the option. I'm gonna take care of this whole thing. People like that's wrong. I'm like, it's not wrong. So when I say it's a choice that you have to make as a woman, and so many people get out here and say they shouldn't do it. Yeah, they should if that's their decision. They have to repent for that in the end. So and when they judging you, man, I took some. See, this be the funny shit. I take somebody to the abortion clinic. They try to block the door. I said, "Listen, this is either me or you, but they going in. That's what you want to do." They like, "It's abortion kills. Abortion kills." I said, "So do I. So you should move."
I'm about to
do
go
you?
shop. I'm
Yeah.
going shopping today. I'm going to do some retail therapy.
You is?
Yeah.
We about to go shopping too. You want to go with us?
Where y'all going?
No, we're not going shopping. I'm going to cook. He got to go to the art store.
We go to the market. That's shopping.
I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going to do nothing. I'm
He-
taking a nap.
What you got? Some money?
I ain't got
You
no
got that PPP?
I don't get PPP.
You got that CCP?
I ain't getting no
What the
CCP.
CCP?
Can't create.
Problems for people.
I ain't got no CCP. I ain't got
Anytime
no
a nigga
PPP.
that got bills to pay start talking about shopping, you know he got some money from somewhere.
He already paid his bills. He paid them 2 weeks ago, he said. He was in here. He said, "I got to go pay these bills."
He must have found the plug.
I ain't.
Oh, he got a plug?
He got a plug.
Turn me on.
It's called a paycheck.
Oh,
I gotta work.
yeah, I ain't even trying to get you fired from that. But
CMP Radio.
Oh, that's right. He do work for the DA, don't he?
1206.
He probably
yes.
been locking people up. He probably get commission off of people that he put in jail.
Yo, can you stop saying stuff like that?
You the
Because
DA.
there's a lot of people getting. I'm not the DA. I have nothing to do with this. A lot of people getting locked up right now. There's a lot of people.
You probably had a lot to do with it.
Don't put me in the middle
they
of
said
that.
the federales is in the city, bro.
They said it.
The
Listen.
feds pulled up. I told y'all the feds pulled
It's
up on the
cool,
block,
dog.
gave out crayons and coloring books. Told him, "Go over there and give it to your mom. Show him what I got you." And turn around, freeze, get on the ground. I said, "What in the world? They did what?" Definitely pulled up on a whole block. Spent the block, as they call it. Spent the block.
Gave
Came
the
back
kids
around,
stuff.
gave the kids crayons.
seen where the kids
got out the
walked home
trunk.
to.
No, got out popped the trunk and was handing out crayons and coloring books. Like, here you go. How you know? Yeah, we just out here and boom, boom, boom. Bull pulled up. You're now under arrest.
That was a
I don't know nothing
smooth
about
way.
That was a
these
smooth
cops
way.
is watching TV now, dog. They getting smarter. Because that's the Chicago PD move.
It is. Go ahead, boy.
Hey, look, we gonna go out here.
My mom texted me, she'd be like, "We got new Chicago's tonight. Med, fire, and PD is all new." But nonetheless, y'all, make better financial decisions.
We ain't even talk about financial decisions. Really
No, we did kind of sort of when we talked about having life insurance and
Have
things
life
like that.
insurance. Don't expect your boss who made millions of dollars
That was
off
to
of
pay
you
your
to pay
funeral.
for your funeral.
That must really hurt your feelings, doesn't
He
it?
made- he made
does.
millions
For
of
me,
dollars
as black
too.
people, like there's a point where we have to look
Do
out
you
for
think
each
that
other.
Black Rob
And I
made $1
feel
million
like
in his
Black
career?
Rob, I'm not looking at his problem like that's not the issue. Right? We know that he didn't take care of himself. We know that he didn't do all the things.
It's
A lot
because
of
you
us
used to
don't
sell
do it.
drugs.
But do you think that he made $1
It's
million?
because you used to sell drugs.
Do you think that
and
he
you
made $1
used to
million
that
in
whole
his career?
anarchy of that monologue of like the kingpin of all the guys selling the drugs would pay for the funerals when these niggas died. That's like
Where?
That's how it used to be back in the day. The
Where?
era I came up in.
That's the era I came up in too.
Yeah,
you
like
got shot,
if I
you
was
in the
if I
field.
was getting work from you,
I know somebody
got locked up
who
if-
got
if
the
the
bull
crew
shot
could-
and paid for his funeral. That's about as good as
Yeah.
it get.
I
It
knew
wasn't
got
no
the
nigga
bull
paid-
shot and paid for his funeral.
Yeah, had him killed and paid for the funeral.
All right. Anyway, CMPRadio.net, man. This is the end of the show. We gotta go. It's 12 o'clock.
CMPRadio.net.
12:08.
It's the station.
We're not gonna be sitting out here indicting people and sending people to jail.
No,
so
it-
listen, make sure you tune in on Wednesday. We'll be back, man. The family. Listen, this is what we do, man. CMP.
I remember when TT from the East Side.
Cultivating mature positivity. CMPRadio.net.